just calling to say I
Gotta love it when you hear the sound of the horn. That means we are, I'm not going to say it because Bruce likes to protect those things, but I am Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease. MMA Weekly's live coverage of UFC 322 from New York City. Oh, man, can you believe it's been 10 years of shows at Madison Square Garden already? It is unbelievable. We got people in the comments already getting just amped for this fight card tonight. Islam Makhachev, Jack Della Maddalena. Oh, man, the champion welcoming Islam to the welterweight division as Islam trying to move up and become the latest two-division champion in UFC history, along with Zhang, Weili against the Bullet, Valentina Shevchenko, the legendary Valentina Shevchenko. And I've heard a lot of people saying, and a lot of the media, like Dana likes to call them, but man, I swear to you, if one more person says the winner of this fight is the female GOAT, I will smack you myself for Amanda Nunes, okay? I will find you and I will slap you for Amanda because Amanda is the female GOAT and nobody can ever change that. It'll never change. It'll never happen. And when I tell you that Amanda Nunes is the female GOAT, just please pay attention and listen to me. But the winner of this fight, legendary. And I've always thought Zhang Weili would move up and try to fight for another belt. Valentina lost it, got it back. Man, this is really exciting. So while you're here, we're just getting going. Numbers going to be huge tonight. Have some fun in the chat. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe. Comment whatever you want. If you think I suck, write that. If you think I'm amazing, write that. If you love the channel, write that. But most importantly, write something. Write about the fights. Write about the fighters. Who do you like? And you know what we're going to do in just a second. But real quick, want to run down the rest of this main card. And how about Bo Nickel getting back into the win column in the main event on the undercard? How about Erin Blanchfield submitting Tracy Cortez as well? The Cortez hype train got real. She was at the Knicks game this week. She was at a show season premiere, and she probably should have been training a little bit more for Erin Blanchfield rather than going to those things. And I love Tracy. I've known her since she was a teenager. I ring announced her first amateur fight, and I've known her all the way along the way, but you're fighting a killer in Blanchfield, and you know, it is what it is, and she was a big underdog as well. But how about Benoit Saint-Denis and Beneil Dariush getting back in there tonight? Carlos Prates and Leon Edwards and Sean Brady and Michael Morales. Looking forward to a big night of fights here on MMA Weekly, and my bald head's a little shiny, so I'm covering it with a hat tonight. I'll tell you what, you know what I mean? It really is awesome when you think about what's going on in this building tonight and in this arena on this fight card. Islam minus 285, the favorite over Jack Della Maddalena, the champion, plus 230. How about that value? What if you want a parlay with Zhang Weili at plus 115, Valentina Shevchenko at minus 135, Sean Brady minus 130, Michael Morales at plus 110, Carlos Prates minus 175 over Leon Edwards, man, plus 145 for Leon. And then, of course, you got Benoit Saint-Denis minus 180, Beneil Dariush plus 150, and then, of course, Bo Nickel got the win as the minus 205 favorite. Once again, I am Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease at Jim Grease _. You see it on your screen, Jim Grease _. Just throw the at in front of it. Hit me up. Give us a follow as well at MMA Weekly. And right now, hey, It's your tonight, not even your tomorrow. Well, it might be your tomorrow, depending upon where you are. And you know what time it is. Roll call time. Hit us up in the chat. Where you at? Where are you watching from? What part of the world are you spinning around in tonight for UFC 322 right here on MMA Weekly? We come to you live with all the pay-per-views. We come to you live with the biggest boxing matches. Yes, Jake Paul. Maybe he's finally become a kamikaze boxer because he's going to fight Anthony Joshua. Oh, man. No one can ever say Jake Paul's ducking anybody again when you're fighting Anthony Joshua. I'll kind of believe it when I see it. We got Las Vegas in the house. We got Australia in the house. Yes, I know Bo Nickel already won. We got Dubai. We got Tampa. We got a lot of things happening tonight as we continue here on MMA Weekly. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, and we are killing it right now worldwide. And we are looking at the previews right now. Soon the fights will get started, and we'll be here all night long on MMA Weekly. And of course, you know what MMA Weekly is. MMA Weekly is the largest independently owned MMA website and media company in the sport. And of course, one of the longest tenured, been around for more than 20 years. You know what I mean? And that's really exciting when you think about that as well. And I'm excited when I think about Zhang Weili coming up to fight Valentina at 125. And I'm excited when I think about Islam coming up to fight Jack Della Maddalena. And right about now, these fights are going to get started with the main card in just a moment. And trying to get this to, there we go right there. All right. The UFC is doing what they always do and rolling a million previews before the fights get going. And man, Zhang Weili just moving forward, punishing with the hands and the feet as well. And Shevchenko, of course, one of the greatest female fighters of all time. And you know that, Amanda, I consider to be the female GOAT. Cyborg's up there. You know what I mean? Just so many great fighters over the years who have just been phenomenal and just great for the sport and great for all of us to be fans of the sport as well. And let's see, got to get this thing to roll for us here. And we'll keep that going for you as well. There it is. Okay. All right. The UFC still rolling those previews. The first fight of the night going to start in just a couple of minutes. It'll be Benoit Saint-Denis and Beneil Dariush. And I'm really looking forward to that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. Beneil Dariush, I'll get to the previews in just a moment, but it really is going to be great. New York City gives that little extra added flair, that little extra added push. And my stream is sticking a little bit here and there. So there it goes. Okay, we're good. Man, I'll give you the results in just a minute of the earlier fights, and we will get to that as well. Let me see. Just bear with me as we go live here. And there we go. We'll give you the results. We'll give you some previews, obviously, of the main card fights, and it's going to be unbelievable. And the White House card is right around the corner. Can't wait for that. So, most people are picking Islam. Some people picking Della Maddalena. I mean, he's got the diverse set of skills, right? Everybody, it seems like, is picking Valentina over Zhang Weili. Everybody's got Brady. Edwards and Prates about split down the middle, and almost everybody picking Saint-Denis over Beneil Dariush. And we are rolling here. Hold on.
We just put up a poll for the Dariush fight.
All right, so look at the poll. Who do you have in the Dariush fight? Let us know in the chat. I'm just watching this stream over here to make sure I'm all right. Let's see. Here we go. Brady and Morales. Oh, man, what a night of fights this is going to be. I'm so excited for this. There's so many great fights on this card, and it's been just an awesome experience. Just reading about, how you just start reading about these things and you start getting really excited about it. So when you think about Saint-Denis and Dariush, Saint-Denis, of course, is the big time soldier of fortune, the special forces guy. And then, of course, you have Dariush, who went on a great run for a while, and then it all came crashing down on him. And I really just, I really like Benoit Saint-Denis. Dustin Poirier is the guy who got him crashing down to earth, man. Dustin Poirier put an end to that hype train for Benoit Saint-Denis. And Benoit Saint-Denis, of course, BSD, the French soldier of fortune, I call him, Army Special Forces guy from France, number 13 in the lightweight rankings. He's 29 years old. Still plenty of time for him to get it going on the career side and really just, got a lot of power in both hands. He trained in judo, you know what I mean? A black belt in judo and just an infantry paratrooper dude, you know what I mean? French Special Air Service operator in Mali. Was awarded the Medal of the Nation's Gratitude and Combatant's Cross in France, 5 years of service there. So you know how good he is, right? And obviously mixed martial arts, 15 wins in 19 fights, 4 knockouts, 11 submissions, lost 3, 2 by knockout. And he's been kickboxing, obviously, for a long time as well. So Benoit Saint-Denis over the years has done it all. And, it's interesting. After the Poirier fight, and this is something you always want to see how people are going to respond following a loss. He lost to Poirier by KO punches, and then Renato Moicano, the TKO, the doctor stoppage, and he's won a couple since then. But, he beat guys like Miranda and Bonfim and Moises and Frivola. But then when he got to Poirier and then a lower level than that, one level beneath that in Moicano, he got smoked. And so, you're looking at those two guys, and they're two of the best, and they absolutely smoked him. And then when you're looking at Beneil Dariush, his opponent, Beneil Dariush has had a really good UFC career, caught some lightning in a bottle a little bit later, and he's 36 years old. He's getting toward the end, born and raised on a farm near Iran, and he was raised by Christian parents in Iran. Think about that. And he's fighting, obviously, out of Yorba Linda, California, and King's MMA with Rafael Cordero, who's a legend in this sport in his own right as well. So when you think about Dariush, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, right? And Saint-Denis got the submission game, but probably not better than Dariush, I would say. I would definitely not say better than Dariush with the submission game. And so the black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu and a black belt in Muay Thai under Rafael Cordero. So the good combination right there, jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, to be black belts in both of those is pretty amazing for, Beneil Dariush. He's been a silver medalist in the World Jiu-Jitsu Championships, a gold medalist in the Nogi World Championships, and man, oh man, just a really nice career for Dariush. He had a couple of losses in a row, but before that, he had been on a tear. Moises, we just mentioned, Saint-Denis beat him, but he beat Drew Dober, Frank Camacho, Drakkar Klose. That was a great fight, back and forth, and that was on the UFC 248 card in March of 2020, right before COVID, the one where Izzy defended his belt in the main event against Yoel Romero. Scott Holtzman, hot sauce, KO'd him. Carlos Diego Ferreira. Then he decision unanimous Tony Ferguson and Mateus Gamrot. But then he lost to Charles Oliveira by TKO. And that was June of 2023, UFC 289. Then Arman Sarukian, the KO, knee and punches, and Renato Moicano, unanimous decision. So Moicano with wins over both these dudes as Saint-Denis makes his way into the octagon right now. MMA Weekly's live coverage of UFC 322. Really pumped to bring this to you here tonight. Trying to keep this thing from sticking on me. And it seems to be doing all right as Saint-Denis sits cage side right now. The docs and the medical guys looking at him and taking a peek as he gets set to enter the octagon to face Dariush. So where's that poll sitting right now, Scott? What are we looking at? What are people saying? We saw the roll call, right? The main card is just about to start.
Yeah, we have about 500 votes on this, and 65% are with Dariush.
All right. Beneil Dariush getting the popular vote right here on MMA Weekly. Keep this thing going. The card is going to be off the chain tonight, and Saint-Denis is in the octagon right now and awaiting the arrival of Beneil Dariush, who is fighting out of the red corner. The interesting thing about Dariush here, and there's always something when you're 36 years old, right? And you're a little long in the tooth. And he fought a little bit earlier this year in June against Moicano, got the win, unanimous decision, which is nice for him. And he hadn't fought in over 2 years, like 2.5 years since he had last fought. So to pick up the win like he did there in that amount of time off, after that amount of time off, is a really good thing for Dariush, obviously, and speaks volumes about his competitive spirit and nature. And, longtime teammate of my guy, Kelvin Gastelum, who I've known since he was a kid in Arizona. Meanwhile, Saint-Denis just fought in September. I mean, not that long ago in Paris against Mauricio Ruffi. Submission by Face Crank. He fought in May of this year as well. So staying active as Dariush's octagon side. Let me see here. There we go. Dariush getting checked out by the med staff cage side as well. Tied for the second most wins in UFC lightweight history. Of course, I mentioned the BJJ and the Muay Thai black belt as he walks up the stairs into the octagon for this fight tonight. And that's really exciting, man, to see Dariush in there. This is going to be a war. This fight is going to be a war. And I've been waiting for this one for a long time. And I'm really excited to see these two guys get in there and throw down. Meanwhile, hit that subscribe and that like. All those beautiful things, if you don't mind. Dariush and Saint-Denis about to get it started here on MMA Weekly, the main card. Bo Nickel got the win. And yeah, man, Dariush to win by KO or TKO plus 600. Saint-Denis to win by KO, TKO plus 165. And most are predicting that this fight will not go the distance. And I'd say that's a pretty good prediction. Wouldn't you, Scott? I'd say that's pretty good with these two guys doing what they do in the octagon. Interesting matchup, though, to say the least. The Special Forces soldier from France against the Christian from Iran. So military service, religious persecution, we got like everything in this fight. So I think it's going to be a war regardless. And Saint-Denis, of course, 15-3 with 1 no contest. Got the 4 wins by knockout and the 2 losses by knockout. He's got the 11 submission wins. And then, of course, Vanil Dariush. This is a catchweight, by the way, at 157. You guys already knew that. You guys are some of the smartest fans in the sport, as you know. But 23 wins in 30 fights, 6 losses, and a draw for Dariush. Saint-Denis was really riding that hype train pretty far until Dustin Poirier put an end to it. You know what I'm saying? That was a while back, though. And then, of course, the next fight after this is Leon Rocky Edwards and Carlos Prates, Sean Brady, Michael Morales after that, Zhang Weili, Valentina Shevchenko coming up. And then, of course, Jack Della Maddalena and Islam Makhachev. And there we go. Just about to get started with this one. There we go. All right. Smash that like, hit that subscribe for us. As you know, we are here every single major pay-per-view on MMA Weekly. And we're waiting for this first round to start here on this first fight of the night. Let's see. In just a second here. There we go. Just getting underway with round number 1, and they're, wow, going fast. Oh, Dariush just got clocked with a left, and he got knocked out right away. Oh, my God. Wow, Saint-Denis. As Dariush came at him throwing knees and elbows, he got crushed with a left, and he's sitting there in the middle of the octagon right now like, what in the world just happened? But he got crushed by a left hand, and then right away, the referee stops the fight. I want to say it didn't even make it 15 seconds. Saint-Denis up top of the octagon, sitting on top of the fence, celebrating right now. That was fast and quick. It was an exchange really quick in the center of the octagon. The two guys were literally just throwing bombs at each other from the start. And Dariush hit him with a couple of good knees, was coming forward at him. And Saint-Denis landed a kill shot of a left that just ended the night for Beneil Dariush. And wow, what a finish. Fight number 1 of the night. I mean, what are you going to do? Right away. Unbelievable. Wow, that was incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. And just like that, Benoit Saint-Denis wins the opening fight of the night over Beneil Dariush. Absolutely insane. Insane in the membrane. Wow. So we have one of the, so you know what the UFC is going to do now. They have to stall in between fights, but the crowd at MSG loving it already. Bo Nickel won by knockout, by head kick knockout, which is not, you know, what you'd expect to see from Bo Nickel, but Dariush just got dropped and he went limp. He went limp on the ground, and that's Herb Dean that stopped it. So Dariush coming forward with knees, dropped the right arm a little bit. The left came over the top from Saint-Denis and just hit him right in the temple, and he kind of frogged it on the ground. And so Herb saw the limp, lifeless body for just a second even of Dariush, who popped right back up, but he was limp for a good 5 or 6 seconds. But Beneil landed a very good knee into the midsection, and man, he pulled down the back of the neck in the clench with the two hands, and then as he's doing that, the left just came right over the top and clocked him right in the temple. Beautiful replay there, and yeah, he literally frogged it, knees and elbows, you know what I'm saying? And wow, what a start to UFC 322. We had a bunch of decisions earlier as well. We had one submission and a knockout on the undercard, and we had a KO on the early prelims as well. Mearshot lost by submission by Bravo choke to Kyle Daukaus, and that was in 50 seconds of round number 1. And let's see, my stream stuck on me a little bit there. Just reset that for you guys. And then, you know, on the prelims, on the main prelims, Ewing defeated Wellmaker by decision. So Malcolm Wellmaker not able to get the job done. Unanimous decision defeat. Aaron Blanchfield, rear naked choke over Tracy Cortez, round 2, 444 of round 2. She should go to the casino tonight, 444, angel number. Rodriguez beat Kopilov by unanimous decision, 30-27, 30-27, 29-28. And then, of course, Bo Nickel, Rodolfo Vieira, felt the head kick from Nickel in the third round at 224. But the main card gets started with a win for Benoit Saint-Denis. Very interesting.
Did you know that if you put Aaron Blanchfield to win that fight against Cortez is at plus 650? So $100. Yeah, $100 would have made you 650.
Oh, by submission, you mean?
Yeah.
By submission. Yeah, because she was the favorite overall, but by submission, plus 650.
Yes.
I never hit those. Whenever I play them, I'm always right when I don't throw my money down. But for some reason, you know, when you throw your money down, you become sorry girls like a woman. If you've ever been married and you start changing your mind and you don't go with your gut. And I tell my sister this all the time. The only problem with you, Lisa, is that you never go with your gut because your gut's always right. Well, that's what happens when I throw down money on fights. When I don't throw down money on the fights, I'm doing great, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm winning. I'm right on everything. But then when I do throw down money, it never ends up working out in my favor. And that's just unfortunate. I think it should be the other way around. But nope, never. I mean, just like you think of the conviction that you have when you don't put your money down versus the conviction that you have when you do.
Yeah, it's interesting. Is it Marty Betts? Have you heard that, the YouTube channel? He had a 3-bet parlay that pays out over 100 times, and that was one of the legs. Aaron Blanchfield by submission, Michael Morales by KO was plus 350, and Weili Zhang by decision plus 210. If you win all three of those, $100 would make you around $10,000.
Man, Dustin Poirier in the crowd tonight. I think he's coming back, right?
That'd be cool.
Life outside of the octagon. One of my favorite fighters of all time, man. That dude is just a beast and always has been. Love me some Dustin Poirier. He said Conor would spark Chandler if they fight at the White House. He thinks Conor sparks him.
I don't think so.
Chandler's a gamer, man. Chandler is a gamer. So, all right, there we go. I have it in 2 places, so it skips a little bit here and there, but we're good to go. Poirier in the crowd, and just a special, whenever there's fights at Madison Square Garden, it's just a special occasion, a special occurrence, you know? And I really enjoy those. I love them. I love those fights at Madison Square Garden. I love going to games there. There's just something really special about a fight night at Madison Square Garden in New York City. And Leon Edwards, something special about him every time he jumps in the octagon as well. Former champion, of course, famous for what he did against Kamaru Usman, who was the champion, was dominating him at the time, and then he beat him easily in the rematch. But just the head kick heard around the world at that point was unbelievable with Edwards and Usman. So he's coming up next against Carlos Prates. 1 second here, guys. Make sure you hit that like and the subscribe for us here on MMA Weekly. All the big pay-per-views plus the boxing. And we got a Jake Paul fight coming up. You know what I'm saying? And, a majority of people are thinking Prates is going to win this fight by knockout because he's so aggressive. But think about this. Edwards is good at winning fights by decision, right? As long as he can control the grappling and defensive striking, which isn't what you said about Leon Edwards in the past, but he got so much better at that over those past few fights. The thing about it to me, and I always find this to be really interesting, the thing about it to me is Leon Edwards is a great striker, and he's a great counter striker. So the pressure of Prates could play right into Edwards' hands, and I think a lot of people discount this. So, by the way, the official time on the Dariush fight, Scott and everybody else, was 16 seconds of round number 1, and that does not beat. Let's see. Does that no? That wasn't at MSG. Conor and Aldo wasn't at MSG. It was at MGM. Conor fought Alvarez that year at MSG. I wonder if that 16-second knockout is the fastest knockout in UFC history at Madison Square Garden. It's pretty close, right? We had a 50-second submission tonight. Imagine that, Scott. A 50-second submission. Dawkins over Mearshart, and now Saint-Denis with a KO. Not even a TKO, a KO, a one-punch KO of Beneil Dariush at 16 seconds of round number 1. And the interesting thing about that, I think it's interesting, is Dariush had just literally crushed him with a knee up the pipe, the black belt in Muay Thai, grabbing him by the back of the head. And, of course, Saint-Denis can really fight Muay Thai as well.
Man, I wish I had bet some of these bets. The submission over Mearshart fight to end by submission was a plus 210. That would have made you some money.
It sure would have, man. It sure would have. And, looking at this fight coming up with Edwards and Saint-Denis, this is an interesting line, too. So many people, I'm sorry, did I say Saint-Denis? I'm looking at the highlights of Saint-Denis. Edwards and Prates. A lot of people picking Edwards, though. They're going with that nostalgia. Minus 175 is Prates. Edwards is plus 145.
Prates, if he wins by KO, if you pick him to win by KO, it's a plus 165. I don't think that's a bad bet.
Plus 165, yeah, because you consider the pressure that he comes forward with, right? And Leon Edwards, but yeah. The thing is about being a great counter striker when someone's coming forward like he does. And Prates is just, he's a bad boy. He is a bad, bad boy. He is one of those guys who you just don't want to tangle with, man. You're in a fight anytime that he comes into the octagon. You know what I mean? Edwards has lost 2 in a row after that undefeated run for 8 years. You think about that, right? With Rocky. And there's a lot of nostalgia there, but there's also a lot of miles on his body and a lot of tread off those tires for Edwards. He lost to Brady, who's coming up next by guillotine choke in March of this year. Bilal Muhammad with the unanimous decision in Manchester, England, in Edwards' backyard to take the belt from him in 2024. But before that, it was 2 in a row over Kamaru, Colby Covington. He beat him by unanimous decision. And obviously Nate Diaz. Before that, Diaz was hitting him, though, toward the end of that fight. But, he had the eye poke fight against Bilal, but he beat Dos Anjos. He beat Gunnar Nelson, Cowboy Cerrone. He went on a real nice run. And, you know how UFC runs go. They're nice runs until they're not. They're nice runs until they're not. And this sport can be really cruel. Edwards 22-5, Prates 22-7. The reach, 4 inches advantage for Prates there. Of course, Edwards, the southpaw, Prates can switch, and he's pretty good on both sides there. And that's, what's another reason why so many people love him, the Brazilian. And he's got some incredible finishes on his record. By the way, when you talk about, and Prates is coming out first, so this dude he's 32 years old, right? And from Brazil, from Sao Paulo. And about that. My boy was just hanging out with Glover and Alex Pereira in Connecticut last night at the LFAs. These guys have the biggest hands in the world. These strikers from Brazil, man. There's just something about these guys. They're huge. But 29 fights, 22 wins, 17 by knockout for Prates. And, of course, the Contenders Series, Week 4, Season 7, second round knockout, got the contract. But he's got the least amount of bottom position or close to the least amount of bottom position in the division. He's got a lot of things going for him defensively, too. Takedown percentage is really good. You know, he's got a lot of KO, TKO wins among active UFC welterweight fighters, and this is a big win for him. This is a big feather in the cap. Look, he knocked out Jeff Neal, and he lost to Ian Machado Gary before that. Unanimous decision in Kansas City, but he beat Neil Magny. This is the biggest fight for him. This is the fight that will be looked at as a defining fight in his career as Edwards makes his way to the octagon right now. And I am really excited to see this. The defensive style of Edwards, the counter striking, the gamesmanship, the experience, the former championship pedigree. There's so many things to love about Leon Rocky Edwards in this fight. But I know, Scott, you said you like the odds on Prates to win by KO TKO, and a lot of people are coming up that way. But do not sleep on Leon Edwards, or you might get slept. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not getting slept in the octagon, you might be getting slept in your bank account. And don't let that 2-fight losing streak fool you. Bilal's a wrestler. Brady's a wrestler. This fight kind of plays more into Leon's hands. It really, I'm serious. It really does. I mean, this guy, he's got 7 knockouts and 22 wins. He loves to win by decision. He loves to control the octagon, but he is a really good counter striker. So I'm really interested to see how that will play out. And let's see. All right. Trying to make sure that I have everything in order here before we get started with this fight. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. While I'm doing this, just check us out on, obviously, social media, Instagram, YouTube. We're here live for every pay-per-view. And don't forget MMAWeekly.com, the #1 website covering the UFC and combat sports. As we get set for this second fight on the main card at UFC 322. My stream just went down, so give me a second here. Dun, 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 dun. Man, what a night we have in store for us. Islam going up to face Della Maddalena for the welterweight belt. And, of course, Zhang Weili doing the same with Valentina Shevchenko. On the women's side, it's so awesome, just these fights. It's incredible. A night like tonight in a city like that, in an arena like that. Brady and Morales, of course, coming up next. Edwards is in the octagon right now. There we go. He's pacing back and forth. Buffer's about to do the intros. To me, I thought like this could be one of the most interesting fights on this card. These two dudes right here. And I love Leon. I've always loved Leon. I was live right here on MMA Weekly when he beat Kamaru the first time. You remember that one, Scott. I was actually in Bristol, Connecticut, live on ESPN Radio that night. Went right back after my show and did this show. And this is the most fun I ever have. I love mixing the commentary and the play-by-play and the analysis. And, I mean, Prates is just, like, literally dancing. You know what I mean? Some dudes are, like, nervous. They're leaning back against the cage. They're pacing back and forth. This dude's he's just dancing. Shadowbox, just ready. He's ready. Edwards 34, Prates 32. The reach, a 4-inch advantage for the Brazilian over the Englishman. Although Edwards is an inch taller, interestingly enough, right? But this is crazy, man. And when we talk about the odds, we talk about the predictions. And, I mean, it seems like when you look at this fight, like the line might be too big because Edwards, man, like what was the final line? Like 160 plus 160 for Leon? Man, let me just make sure I got that right. I see it in different lines in different spots. But, yeah, Leon I've seen him at plus 160, plus 145, Prates minus 175. Buffer's got the silver jacket with the blue, the royal blue lapels and the royal blue cuffs like he always wears at MSG. It's like a thing with him. And, man, Prates is like not even back, normally back by his corner. He's already out in the center of the octagon like, let's go. Oh, man, I know Joe's loving this. Edwards being introduced by Buffer's got that trademark arms way out to the side like the cross. And, man, this is a big fight for Leon Edwards to get right back in contention, right? I mean, the loss to Machado Gary was a tough one for Prates, but the hype behind him has gotten even bigger after that one. And Gary did great job in that fight. You know, footwork, stuck, moved, never allowed Prates to cut off the cage and corral him. So kind of, you know what I mean, eventually landed some takedowns later. And, man, 15 other attempts were denied by Prates in that fight. So Edwards has the blueprint, has the game plan on how to fight this dude. You know what I mean? If he's going to pull off the upset, he's a high-level grappler himself. You know, his wrestling, it played a big part in his way up the ladder and into his championship run. There's no doubt about it. You know, there's no doubt about that. But this is awesome, man. We are just about to get started with a big-time fight right here. Second one on the main card, UFC 322.
So we have 1,500 votes
Here we go, Scott. Get
on
him started.
Leon Edwards. 62% are saying Leon Edwards.
62% Leon Edwards. So the question is, how many steps has Leon Edwards lost? Dynamic footwork, mix up the attack. Man, Prates can get a little tired in there, moments of inactivity. Gary with a big time landing percentage against Prates in their fight. And Edwards, a very good striker in his own right. They're in the center of the octagon right now, just kind of feeling each other out. You know, I mean, but the Brazilian kickboxer destroyed Jeff Neal, who had never been knocked out in his UFC career. And that was, you know, he couldn't do anything against Prates. So he's hungry, and a lot of people predicting him to win. He's hurt or finished every opponent he's been in the octagon against. And man, oh man, a former champion in Leon Edwards trying to change that right now. And we will see if he's able to do that in the octagon here at Madison Square Garden as they continue to feel each other out. And man, look at this. Leon Edwards and Prates barely breaking a sweat so far, but Edwards has him up against the cage as we hit the 3.5-minute mark of round number 1. Oh, nice striking matchup here. And Prates loves to use those leg kicks. But, you know, interestingly enough, when you have both guys in a southpaw stance, and again, Prates can mix it up as Edwards shooting takedowns early in the fight. But Prates, again, really high takedown defense percentage. He's fantastic with his takedown defense. Fantastic. And, you know, Ian Machado Gary loves to take you down. And, you know, he got stuffed 15 times by him. And so it's exciting to see the contrast in styles. Edwards walking him against the cage right now for that control time. Edwards now kind of has his back with his working on the triangle behind him. Edwards is on the back of Prates, who's on one knee, his right knee, with his right arm down. Obviously can't throw the knees or hit him in the head with the elbows when he's down like that. So it's interesting, right? But these two guys grappling against the cage a little bit, and that works more in Edwards' favor. And obviously, the more of that you do, and you do it early, you're not slippery yet. You can hold on a little better, a little easier. Minute 25 remaining in the round. And, man, Edwards just riding that back. Not much else happening in this fight so far. So many people just love Islam Makhachev all over this chat. Minute and a half remaining in the round, and Edwards still riding that back. Looking to get that triangle locked in. He almost has it. The body triangle locked in on Prates, who hasn't been able to unleash that fury of strikes the way he loves to in this fight just yet. Getting toward the end of round number 1. Continuing to ride the back is Edwards. An uneventful round 1 for Prates, looking to get some things done on the feet, but unable to do it. Let's see, we got... Man, Edwards all the way mounted up on his back and still trying to work for that submission. But nothing doing with Prates there. He's got Edwards' arms and hands trapped under his arms like this, has no chance to get that choke in from behind. And of course, Beneil Dariush got starched by Benoit Saint-Denis. He missed weight prior to the fight. You guys know that. So it was fodder to catch, 157 plus. Almost the end of round number 1. Edwards on the back working for the choke on Prates, but this one's going to go to round 2. Edwards really pushing hard for that. He's had it locked in with 10 seconds left. All Prates has to do is hang on here. No, he doesn't have it locked in anymore. It's going to go to round 2, but I'd have to say round 1 goes to Leon Edwards. Everybody has it at 10-9 Edwards. Wow, a very good round for Edwards to start the fight with control. Wasn't really, Prates wasn't in any real danger there of being submitted. As they take the center of the octagon, they get ready for round number 2. Second fight on the main card here at UFC 322, Madison Square Garden. Jim Greasehaber on MMA Weekly. Call me Grease. The two of them dancing around each other as they start round number 2. Working to keep this ESPN stream from sticking. All those troubles with ESPN over the years. These two guys dancing around in the center. Edwards throwing kicks like he loves to do. Both guys in a southpaw stance. Prates with the crazy arm movement everywhere like usual. He loves to bounce around and move everywhere that he can, obviously. It's a big part of his style. Not a lot of striking action so far in this fight. Man, everybody's been waiting for this fight. Prates kind of taking control of the octagon now, backing Edwards up a little bit. But not a lot of exchanges so far in this fight. But a lot of clinch action and, a lot of kicks and takedown from Edwards in round number 1. Hunting that rear naked choke was Edwards. But so far in round 2, both guys just on the feet. Prates leading with that jab. Remember, he's a switch fighter. So he's got power in both hands. So when he's southpaw, there's power in that jab, major power in that jab. So there's a lot there. Prates landing some leg kicks. Oh, Leon's got the bald spot now. You can tell he's over there. And Prates and Edwards in the center of the octagon looking to get. Oh, there's an exchange. Prates is landing. Oh, wait a minute. Prates just nailed Edwards. Oh, Edwards is out cold. Oh, man. Wow, Prates and Edwards were dancing around back and forth. Nothing was really being landed. Nothing was really happening from a striking standpoint, but Prates explosive, and at any time, he can get you. And he just got Leon Edwards. Wow. Unbelievable for Carlos Prates. Leon Edwards sitting in the middle of the octagon with his head down, just dejected. And let's see what we could see in the replay here. It didn't look like he hit him with anything too damaging that I could see. I just don't, I didn't, wow. The Brazilian flags are flying at Madison Square Garden. Unbelievable. Carlos Prates with the knockout win over Leon Edwards. And he takes another giant step forward in the division. The UFC replay operators were caught off guard. They don't even have the replay ready yet. Man, that happened fast. Edwards still laying. Oh, he's up now. He's wow. Wow.
Plus 165, like we said. Prates.
What did you say it was, Scott?
Is plus 165 if you pick him to win by KO.
I'm still waiting for them to show the replay. Leon being consoled by his team. They're just showing him sitting there in the center of the cage. Man, what a finish for Prates to get this on his record. The corner going crazy. The Prates corner. And he was going nuts in the cage himself. What a big win for Prates. I mean, you think about his path and everything that he's been through in his career, and then the loss to Machado Gary, and it's a knockout from a punch. He's got the glasses on, of course, the nerd in the cage. Man, we're just a couple fights away from the main event, Scott. Just a couple fights away. Buffer's going to give the official decision. Let's see if they put the time up yet. 128 of round number 2. A knockout from a punch. Didn't look like that much of a punch. Didn't look like, oh, wow. I mean, a well-placed punch is a well-placed punch. We saw it with Saint-Denis. And he got Dariush, and wow, Prates with those glasses on, he's excited. 128 of round number 2, so he's going to pick up that 23rd win in fight number 30. I mean, he knocked him down and pounced on him right away. He was all over him. So obviously, but for the KO to come off, that's 2 KOs in a row. It's not a TKO. So the punch landed, dropped him. He pounced right away, but the ref just pulling him off. It's Dominic Cruz's favorite ref. What's his name? Keith Peterson? The one that he always was talking about, saying he smelled like cigarettes when he was reffing his fight. Dom started a podcast, had Uriah Faber on as his first guest. Pretty interesting watch between those two guys, the former rivals. Prates with the interview right now. Wow. You said plus 360, right, Scott?
Sorry, plus 165.
165 to win by KO TKO.
Yep.
Rogan's in there. They gave Rogan a pair of the glasses.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a left that split the guard and just drilled him backwards. Prates came forward, and Leon Edwards came right in, and Leon was throwing a jab, and Prates came right through. In real time, it didn't even look like the punch. It almost looked like the punch missed him, but it did not. It caught him. He split the guard and just got him right in the chin. Beautiful shot. And then he came down, and maybe one shot too many, absorbed by Leon on the ground. And it came without a jab, just a left hand. And Leon just went backward. His head snapped back when he hit the ground. Unbelievable. Unbelievable job by Prates to win this fight. Man, so 2 incredible finishes to start the night. UFC 322, Benoit Saint-Denis with a left hook over the top of the right arm of Beneil Dariush when Beneil had him in the clinch, throwing a beautiful knee right up under the ribs, caught him with the left and knocked him out, 1 shot. And then the second fight, Carlos Prates, Leon Edwards won round number 1, kept him on the ground, was hunting for a submission at the end of the round, the rear naked choke, controlled him up against the cage earlier. So Edwards was at a 10-9 round under his belt, and he looked really good. He was not being crazy, but Leon in the southpaw stance, Prates in the southpaw stance, that opens you up. It's awkward, right? It's awkward. So the right hand has a chance to sneak through, and you're thinking about the right because of the jab, and you're thinking about him being a switch fighter, and the right has power, and then bam, without even throwing the jab, he throws the left, splits the guard, didn't look like much, just hit him right under the chin, but it actually drilled him right under the chin. Didn't look like much, but it sure felt like a lot as Edwards went flying backwards and hit the canvas. And Dana White having a conversation with Prates right now. I wonder what that one's all about, man. Prates is going to be a force to be reckoned with in that division. I mean, unbelievable, right? The loss to Ian Machado Gary, but that's another super high-level fighter.
Dang, our Chad is not having a good record tonight on the polls. It's 2 in a row. They had hit Edwards at 60%. So Tyler Kuhn likes your hat. So explain your hat.
My hat? Oh, okay, there it is, right there. The Fight Don. You can Google it. Check it out. He's a friend of mine from Connecticut, and he's getting started with a company. He actually is one of my brother's best friends, and so he sent me this hat. But look, it's like camo and white. Look at that, and gray. Super cool. So it's like the Italian colors. He's a Guido, without a doubt. His dad, I coached against his dad in Little League. His dad was one of those guys. He wore a wife beater to coach in Little League game. He coached Little League games in a wife beater. You know, the tank tops, like the Italian ones that you see in The Sopranos. This dude, he owned a bowling alley. Shout out to Jeff Picardi. But he was with he works with guys like Parker Porter, and he was with Teixeira and Alex Pajeda last night at the fights in Connecticut, where I grew up, where I will probably never move back to. That's a whole nother story. We don't want to talk about that. I love going back to visit when the weather's nice, but man, when it's not, it gets a little crazy. So it's called The Fight On. You can check it out. But I just like the hat. I love nice hats. Like, I mean, you know, when you got a bald head like me and you got the whiskers like me. I mean, look, I got the gray and white in the whiskers. I got the gray and white in the hat. You know what I mean? I mean,
Unfortunately, I do.
Yeah, well, you got a nice beard though. Scott has the ultimate beard. I can't do it. I can't get it that long. I get too much crap in it. It starts to smell. It itches all the time. It's too much maintenance. You have to wash it. You have to comb it. You have to wax it. You have to style it. I'm not really feeling that.
Well,
By the way,
the smell's a small price to pay to have food at all times of the day.
To have food at all times of the day, but to look really good, man, with that beard game. This stream keeps sticking on me. I don't know what is going on with ESPN. I have not had such good luck tonight. Just bear with me on this. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Islam is not fighting yet. We got 2 more fights before that. I love Australia, but Islam is greatest. All right. Who will deliver? Sean Brady, 18-1, by the way. Morales, undefeated. I mean, this is a big fight. I am just like a kid in a candy store right now. This is awesome. I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am, minus the fact that my stream keeps sticking. But sometimes these things happen, right? Meanwhile, hit that like button, throw a subscribe up there for us if you haven't done it already. I'm really excited for Brady and Morales. This is probably the fight that I wanted to see more than any other fight on this card tonight. I mean, I love Islam. He's unbelievable. I still think Chimaev's the best fighter in the world. I know I'm going to get some heat for that. Hamzat, what he did to Dricus du Plessis, and du Plessis is a G to even like survive that, you know. But Hamzat, wow, and the trash talk back and forth with Alex Pajeda. You know what I mean? And how about Brady, the wrestler from Philly, trains with Joe Pyfer, Ecuador's Michael Morales, number 2 against number 8, welterweight on full display tonight, not just the main event. Man, just awesome. I mean, we saw it with Prates probably putting an end to Leon Edwards. Let's be honest. Leon Edwards is a contender. Leon Edwards as a fighter. I don't know, man. It's tough. I don't want to diss anybody. I don't like to do that. You know, the man in the arena. That's not me. I'm the man in the nice hat. On MMA Weekly. Oh man, Morales with that trademark. I don't even know if you want to call it blonde. It's almost like silvery blonde. You know what I'm saying? And I just love this fight. I love this fight. Brady minus 130, Morales plus 110. Can't go wrong either way, if you ask me. 8-1 since 2019 in the octagon for Brady. He lost to Bilal Muhammad, 3 straight wins after that, including over former champ Leon Edwards. But a beast of a wrestler. Morales still walking out. And again, my stream keeps sticking, so bear with me, guys. But 18-0, 6-0 in the UFC for Morales. He won the Contenders contract about 3 years ago. Neil Magny, Gilbert Burns got a taste, first-round knockouts, right? And, 6 feet with a 79-inch reach. Brady, of course, is going to want to take you down and beat you up, man. Subbed out Leon Edwards with a guillotine in round 4. 4-1 in his last 5. 3 KO, TKO, 6 subs. You know what I mean? And just dismantled Leon Edwards, man. Just picked him apart. Brady, the best at jiu-jitsu in the division, if he wants to take his back. I mean, that's the thing about him, the takedowns, the jiu-jitsu, beast of a guy. Everybody who lives, trains, or is from Pennsylvania loves to fight. You know what I mean? Granite chin, doesn't take much damage anyway, but oh man. It just is, you know what I mean? But Morales, very dangerous as well. You know what I mean? Great counterpuncher. He's only 26, gifted athlete. Like, this dude is really a great athlete. I love watching him in there. 13 KO, TKOs, 1 submission. Great timing. You know what I mean? He lands almost 6 significant strikes a minute, which is unbelievable. But he absorbs a lot too. And so it'll be interesting to see. With good striking defense, he still absorbs a lot. So I wonder, he's going to have to be real creative with his striking, and the takedown threat from Brady is real. And shout out to Jeff Picardi, the guy who makes this hat. He just sent me a little message in the chat. So he's in there with you guys. But yeah, fearless, and the chat's going a million miles an hour, right? Crazy. I mean, this could be an instant classic of a fight. Brady's seen much better competition, hasn't shown a lot of signs of struggling with anybody so far, but he just seems like he's so much better than everybody in the division right now, doesn't he? Brady, you guys with me on this? I just feel like Brady's the best in the world. And I just don't think it's long before he ends up with the belt, which is interesting considering a win here from Brady or Morales, whoever wins this fight. You know what I'm saying? Islam takes the belt from Della Maddalena. And do you get Brady and Islam, which is the dream matchup everybody wants and has been talking about? Does Della Maddalena spoil that? Does Brady get the next shot with a win here, or Morales? I think the answers to those questions are all resoundingly amazing. Regardless, you know what they are. Resoundingly amazing. I'm just pumped either way.
I think an
Morales
interesting
is still a number 1 ranked guy.
An interesting bet on this fight is Michael Morales by KO plus 350.
Plus 350. And of course, you know, Brady lost by TKO to Bilal, but that's a long time ago. And since then, he's gone on a big run. So Bilal's going to have a lot to say about this, but people don't like Bilal necessarily. They don't love him. And I know the UFC doesn't love him as a guy who sells fights. So, you know, and Rachmanov, you know, Della Maddalena and Rachmanov have been going back and forth, and Rachmanov's being called irrelevant, but will Morales jump all the way up? Will Brady leapfrog Muhammad? Will Della Maddalena and Islam have a close fight and have a rematch? So many questions as the welterweight division is on full display tonight. Let me try something here. Let me see if I can pull something off here. What an unbelievable matchup this is going to be. Brady and Morales. Very excited for this one. I mean, I'm excited for every fight, right? When you're a big-time fan, you're excited for every fight. Not quite started yet. Brady's being checked out on his way in. I just gave you all the numbers in the breakdown. What are you guys thinking? Do we have the poll up yet, Scott, for this one?
Yes.
Yeah, the poll has Sean Brady by 51%, just by a hair.
Just by a hair.
1,700 votes.
We're doing well in the chat tonight. We're doing well with the likes, the subscribes, the numbers, always looking good. I'm excited for this fight, man. I really can't wait to watch this one. Let's see. Numbers really going up. Brady and Morales, man. Morales undefeated. I mean, Brady at minus 130. Wow. Similar look to Leon. I just, wow, this is a tough one for me to pick. This is a tough one for me to pick right now. Really tough. Let me see if I can pull this off here. Trying to do something to combat my slow stream. There we go. Little bit higher. Yes, there we go. All right. So thank you to my buddy for hooking me up here. I got it. Never mind that stream that I'm having trouble with on ESPN. All right, so there we go. We got this. And they just started in the center of the octagon. Brady's got the double knee braces in the man, look at him. The right-hander and the orthodox stance. And just Morales just looks so much bigger. It's crazy. Morales almost looks hunched down and crouched, and it's just he looks so much bigger. But Brady is a guy who cannot be taken lightly, obviously, with the wrestling and the grappling and the jiu-jitsu, and just an awesome fight regardless. I'm really excited for this one. And, you're almost at the 4-minute mark of round number 1. Morales is wearing like these purple trunks. Brady's in the blue. Of course, he's a black belt in BJJ under Daniel Gracie. Semper Fi MMA. I mean, when you're named Semper Fi MMA, right? And he trains with Joe Pyfer, who's a killer on the feet. So he's getting good work on the feet. He beat Kelvin Gastelum. He beat Gilbert Burns. He beat Leon Edwards. He beat Chiesa. You know what I mean? He lost to Bilal. TKO, that's the one right there. One loss, 18-1. 3.5 minutes. The welterweight bout underway. Crazy, crazy. Man, wow. Those leg kicks have a lot of steam on them from Morales. And he just hurt Brady with a big shot. Brady's backpedaling. Wow, we might have another knockout here. Brady's really stumbling. Morales landed a nice combo and stunned him. 3 minutes left in the round. Brady survives, but for now, man, Morales just popped him. He's got some dynamite and so much power in those fists. The long arms, the muscle, 6 feet tall, the uppercut, kind of like that Khabib shovel punch. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Fighting out of Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. He's a wrestler who loves to come forward and beat you to death. 13 knockouts. He got Gilbert Burns. Ask him about it. First round Neil Magny as well. The left lands on Brady. I don't know how Brady survived that onslaught. Man. That was a rough go for him for a second. Got really stunned. Just under 2.5 minutes. But Morales with a relentless pace of punches. Just the footwork all over the place, but bombs, not just punches. Throws with mad, nasty intention over and over and over again. Chat room's going crazy right now. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe on MMA Weekly. Oh, man. I'm glad I wore the camo hat tonight, Scott, because there's been wars in there. You got to wear camo when there's wars going down. We have the 2 knockouts. Edwards got starched. Dariush got starched. And somehow, man, Brady survived. He does have I don't think anybody. Oh, he's getting popped again, and he's on his back. Oh, Morales is pounding him from the top, and Brady's done. He's done. Even the man with the granite chin, Morales. Oh, my God. Michael Morales just laid waste to Brady. Are you kidding me? The relentless onslaught of power punches, the footwork, just coming at you like you don't even know. Like, remember Chris Tucker in Rush Hour? Like, which one of y'all kick me? Because you feel like 100 dudes are punching you, but it's only one. He's got the footwork all over the place. He's got the angles, the arms, they're flying. It's like howitzers coming at you. And Brady just got crushed. That's the worst loss of his career. Bilal did the same thing to him, but not like this. This one's going to be a TKO. Not a knockout, a TKO.
What'd I tell you about that bet? Plus 350. Would have won.
There's all kinds of streaming issues going on tonight. Wow, Morales. Does Morales jump up and get a title shot? I want to know from you in the chat. What are you guys thinking? Wow, Morales. He was plus 110, right? So not a huge number. Scott, do you have the number for Morales KO TKO in front of you?
It was plus 350.
Oh, look at Kamaru in the crowd. Man, Kamaru made too much money. Once you make that much money, but he was dominating Edwards till he got head kicked. But you know what? I mean, Kamaru, Morales. Brady was number 2. Morales was number 8. I mean, you look at the rankings. Number 8. Buckley's ahead of him. Machado Gary's ahead of him. Kamaru Usman's ahead of him. Maybe he fights Kamaru next. Maybe they give Bilal another title fight. I don't think Bilal's just going to get another title fight. I really don't. Man, they're showing the replays now. I'm a little low on my angle. Oh, wow. Just the combos. Left, right, left. Connecting flush. Wow, wow, wow. Gilbert Burns, Sean Brady back to back. Gilbert Burns. And then he hit him with a big right. And Brady tried to slip the punch like you do. And he did a beautiful job of slipping it. But the pterodactyl arm is so long, he's still connected anyway. Like, you know how most punches land at the end up here, straight ahead? This was way outside the pocket. He slipped way down here, and he caught him way down outside the pocket with a power shot, like the at the end of the punch too, kind of like Amanda Nunes did Cyborg, if you remember that. The end of the punch where you stop that head. Oh man, I'm getting fired up just watching this. This is amazing. I love it here on MMA Weekly. This is awesome. Wow, Morales and he's so tall too. And Brady's not a tall dude, you know, and that really hurt him in this fight. Only 5'9" against 6 feet, and he got nailed outside of that pocket. Oh, good lordy. Wow.
So the chat room is 0-3.
Man, the chat's 0-3. And you know what? I mean, I would never have picked Dariush or Edwards. That's where the chat went wrong. They should be 2-1. But I think, you know, look, Morales was getting a lot of love and respect coming in. 327 of round number 1. We have not seen a third round on the undercard. I mean, on the main card, rather. We have not seen a third round. Bo Nickel's head kick was in the third. So now for knockout of the night, you got Bo Nickel with the head kick, which you never expect to see from Bo Nickel. And that was nice. You know, he was coming out this, oh, of course I'm on the main card. And then he wasn't on the main card and he had to go, oh, I spoke too soon. And he was humble about it. He's a wrestler. They're all humble. I love Bo Nickel. KO by head kick over Vieira. But the Dariush KO from Saint Denis, one punch with the left hook over the top of the right arm when Dariush was sinking a knee into the midsection when the clench. And then, man, this one with Morales, just relentless. I mean, Nickel's head kick was dope, but the relentless pressure of Morales to the granite chin of Brady, everybody talking about Brady as the best fighter in the division. Look, man, when you have that much of a reach advantage and a height advantage, and again, it bears repeating, right? He slipped the punch way over here, and the right hand came way out of the pocket, and just banged him. Just absolutely banged him. Wow, man, that is just wow. I mean, I just love this sport so much. I mean, there's no sport in the world like it. I do a lot of football stuff, NFL, college football. I'm a University of Miami Hurricane. I do the post-game show for my alma mater, for the Miami Dolphins. I do NBA stuff. I work for ESPN, talking sports, but nothing beats the UFC. I love being the UFC insider on ESPN, working with my man Booker T, pay-per-views outside of football and baseball season because those are the money sports at ESPN, which is, you know, obviously dumb in my opinion. UFC should take precedence if you ask me, but that's just me. And then, of course, here on MMA Weekly, live for the pay-per-views and the big boxing ones as well. And got my camo hat on for the wars tonight. I love the white camo. And, you know, the white's good when it's hot and sunny too, because it reflects the sun instead of absorbing it like all the black stuff I wear. So first round, 16 seconds. Saint Denis KOs Dariush with one shot. And it was that left hook above the right arm when Dariush had him in the clench, landing the knee. Prates nails Leon Edwards right through the guard, splits him, throws a left from a southpaw stance without a jab leading it, and took him completely off guard. He obviously drilled it. Edwards threw a left hand, and when Edwards threw the left hand from obviously his southpaw stance, that was when, instead of leading with the jab, just a quick power left split the guard from, man, Carlos Prates, and that was a big one. So Prates with a big knockout. Morales with the TKO of Brady at 327. And Morales was more like a relentless, just whirling dervish, like the Tasmanian devil coming at you, throwing punches that are connecting and somehow accurate. That's a good comparison, right? He looked like the Tasmanian devil, blah, 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 like boom, 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 and he's hitting them with everything. And Brady survived the first onslaught somehow. I don't know how the hell he did. I don't know how the hell he survived that onslaught. I really don't. And he didn't survive the second one. And the relentless pressure in between kept him backpedaling. The height was a big difference. The reach was a big difference. But to hit him so far, Scott, I can't emphasize it enough. He was 8 to 10 inches, maybe a foot out of the pocket. Out of the pocket. He had slipped it. He was bobbing. He was weaving. He was rolling. Brady's doing what you're supposed to do. And still could not escape the length and the accuracy of Michael Morales. That's one of the most impressive punches I've seen landed in a long time. And then he hit him with a left and then another right. And it's almost like he's toying with him, like telling him, like, all right, here comes another right, bang, here comes the left, bang, another right, bang. And Brady, even with the iron chin, he got hit with so many shots, he just could not keep up anymore.
I'm just bummed I didn't place that bet. You know what I'm going to be bummed on? Is that parlay that I mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah.
It's the first two legs have won. And it pays over 100-1. So if it wins, if you put $200 on that parlay, I'll pay over 20 grand. And the third leg is Weili wins by decision.
You know, we're only an hour and 15 minutes into a 3-hour card, and we're at the co-main event.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, this is
Can you
just
believe that?
going. This is a whiplash show.
Good thing I don't get paid by the hour tonight.
Oh, you didn't get the memo? Oops.
Man, you know what? I wish you would have hit that parlay. I could have doubled the invoice.
Oh my gosh! I'm about to hit my. I wouldn't have put $200, but I would have put $10. That would have made what, $2,000?
Life is about the small wins. I've realized this as I've gotten a little older. It's the small wins that matter.
$20 would have made $2,000.
Uh-huh. I love reading all the different previews that people write and everybody's different opinions on these fights, but I don't know how to pick Valentina and Zhang Weili. Love Zhang Weili with the extra size. I just remember Zhang Weili and Joanna Jędrzejczyk, the fight where she made her look like the Elephant Man. That was the same night when Izzy fought Yoel Romero and Dariush beat Jakar Close. When I know Jakar, I call a lot of his fights calling up. Call him Dre. What up, Dre? Shout out to my boy Dre, Jakar Close. But he was in the news recently because he was like, yo, FBI, if you're looking for some fighters, fixing fights, pay your boy, and I'll give you some names. And then, like, a bunch of people wrote articles about him being a snitch. And he's like, yo, I was just playing, man. I was just trying to be. But Dariush beat Dre on that card. And that was the night that Zhang Weili made Joanna champion, who I love to death as a fighter and as a human, look like the Elephant Man, right? With the swollen face. Remember Joanna, as beautiful as she is, how bad that was?
One of the greatest fights of all time.
One of the best fights of all time. But Zhang Weili, I remember in workouts, they had open workouts at the MGM Grand on the floor of the MGM Grand, which I love when they do that, right? In Vegas, right on the middle of the gaming floor at MGM Grand, which you might not want to do that now because the bugs in there will crawl up and, anyway, they need to redo the place. I think they're going to. But what I'm saying is the speed and power of Zhang Weili when she's hitting the pads right in front of me, Scott. And I'm just watching this little 115, now 125-pound girl tonight. I'm just watching this little girl. It just tells you what the laws of physics do and the art of training and boxing and kickboxing and just Muay Thai. The punches were so precise and so powerful. The sound that the pads were making when she was hitting them. And I'm watching, and I have this on video somewhere. She hits so hard. And she's so fast. I'm having a hard time thinking of Valentina keeping up with this speed. I really am. I hate to say it because Valentina is a G. Valentina is, any girl who can be that hot and pose with two guns and look that good doing it. I love her. Second dan black belt and master of sports in Taekwondo and Muay Thai and boxing, judo, I mean, she's nasty with the Muay Thai, the knockouts, the head kicks. She's just unbelievable. So close against Amanda Nunes in those fights. And Amanda was a bigger girl, and Valentina was moving up, just like Zhang Weili is here. And the whole entire country of China, right? When you get fighters from overseas, you just look. I used to hang out with Kubrat Pulev, who was the number 9 ranked heavyweight boxer in the world at the time. Number 9, not title fights, not one of the best in the world, although top 10, right? Every time he would fly home to Bulgaria, he got a motorcade. The president met him at the airport. The whole country shut down every time he fought. That's Zhang Weili. And Valentina, too, to a lesser degree, a little bit of a lesser degree. But how about Valentina, though, Scott? Like the split draw against Grasso after she lost by the face crank submission. The split draw didn't get her title back. And to think about it, from March 4th, 2023, all the way until September of 2024, she had to sit there and eat that. The face crank submission and the split draw when she thought she had her belt back. Then she wins by unanimous decision, and then she beats Manon Fiorello. And so everybody was thinking, Manon was going to beat her, and she won that fight. So she definitely finds a way to win. Hasn't had one of those TKOs or knockouts in a long time, like the TKO of Jessica Andrade at UFC 261, Caitlin Chukagian with the elbows and punches, and the one that I thought, the Jessica I head kick at UFC 238 in Chicago, 26 seconds of the second round as Zhang Weili makes her way toward the octagon in New York City, Madison Square Garden. Are you kidding me? Home of the vastly and ridiculously overrated New York Knicks. There, I said it. Brunson's got a sprained ankle too, Scott. I know you don't follow the NBA.
Nope, I don't. But I do have a Weili Zhang story, an interaction with her.
I'd love to hear it. I love her. She's super cool. She trained at Fight Ready under my boy Henry Cejudo. Shout out Triple C. She, along with John Jones, and Valentina's trained there under Triple C too, the Triple C tree. But go ahead, Scott. What's your story?
Oh, so remember when she fought Rose Namajunas and they had the kind of the bad blood?
Which time?
I don't remember which one it was, but I was like editing. I was editing the weigh-in video from that, and I'm there sitting editing it, and I turn around and Weili's behind me watching me edit her video with her team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good thing you weren't like making her look bad or anything, right?
How can you make her look bad? You can't.
No, you can't. You cannot. She is so nice and sweet, and her English has gotten a little bit better. And I really do love Valentina, but sometimes you wonder, like, is it just Zhang Weili's time? I mean, she's got the wins over Joanna, Jessica Andrade, a former champion. She has Rose just seemed to have her number, right? Rose Namajunas, but then Rose loses to the others. But Rose got her twice, the head kick KO and the split decision. And I was surprised both times Rose beat her, to be honest, and that just seemed to be her kryptonite. The only other loss in her career was like way, way back in her first, it was her first fight. I was going to say first or second fight, and Zhuchang, China, to a fighter named Meng Bo. What a great name for a fighter. M-E-N-G, first name, last name B-O. Meng Bo. Lost by unanimous decision in her first professional fight. Didn't lose again, made her UFC debut all the way back at 227. With a win over Danielle Taylor, in August of 2018. Then submitted Jessica Aguilar, decision over Tessia Torres, the TKO knees and punches over Jessica Andrade in China, round 1, 42 seconds. I mean, the rapid rise of Zhang Weili, right? Beat Joanna by that split decision at UFC 248, made her look like the Elephant Man, and Joanna fought through it. What an incredible fight. Yeah, I love you, Joanna Jacek, if you're watching or listening, and I'm sure at some point you will. Last time I saw her was at International Fight Week a couple years ago, and I had lost a bunch of weight. And one of those times in my life where I suddenly found myself single again. And so I was looking good, and she's looking at me going, I think I know this dude, but there's no way he looks this good. He's fat. And so, nope, she goes, oh, and when she realized it was me, she gave me the biggest hug. And, I'm not trying to say I'm special. She hugs everyone. She loves everyone. She's great. And, Zhang beat her by spinning back fist, the KO. And Joanna laid the gloves down. Esparza got submitted. Lemos got decisioned. Yan Jinan got decision, and Tatiana Suarez. Now, that was the one that I thought Weili would have a lot of trouble with, Scott. And no. She won a unanimous decision against Tatiana Suarez in a fight that I thought Tatiana would probably win, because I thought Tatiana, all the injuries she's overcome, the story of her life, the story of my life, just thought the story was coming full circle, but not on Weili's watch. So Valentina, in spite of all that, minus 135 favorite. Zhang Weili, the plus 115 underdog, as Valentina Bullet. She's wearing sunglasses. She's like the female Drago. I must break you. And I'm like, please do.
You dirty boy. I just don't see Shevchenko losing this match, but it's going to be a good fight.
25-4-1. She's 37 years old, man. 5'5", 125. Her reach is 66 inches. She's so technically sound. An inch shorter is Zhang Weili. Normally fights at 115, as you know. Switch fighter, 26-3. And she's 36, so interesting, Valentino lands about a little less than 3.25 significant strikes per round, a little over 5 for Zhang Weili. She's a lot more action, but the Bullet absorbs a little bit fewer in terms of significant strikes than Zhang Weili. The opening odds, minus 135 for Shevchenko. It went down to 125, so not a ton of action on Zhang Weili. 25-4-1 against 26-3. The average fight time, 18 minutes to 14 minutes. The height, not a big deal. The reach, 3 inches for Valentina. Strikes landed per minute, 2 more, as I said, for Zhang Weili. The accuracy about the same, 52 and 53. And Valentina's about to hop into the octagon. And we're about to get started with our co-main event. Can you believe it? If you're just joining us, you better tell everybody you know to get their butts in here. You're going to miss the main event. First round knockout, second round knockout, and first round TKO so far on the main card. Not to mention in the main event on the prelims, Bo Nickel with a head kick knockout. What were the odds on Bo Nickel by head kick knockout? You can't fix that fight.
No, that had to be something like plus 6,000 or something.
Wow. I mean, the thing here with Valentina is if she can control her against the cage tonight, against the octagon, and the Muay Thai clenches and maintain, hit some knees and some elbows, she could get a finish, but more likely a decision. And she hasn't been finishing fights lately. So she can wrestle, she can take her down, she can jiu-jitsu, you know what I mean? So I kind of feel like Valentina has more tools in the toolbox. And I know that's what you're thinking of, Scott. But for Zhang Weili to beat Tatiana Suarez the way that she did, and Tatiana's such a good grappler, she connected on 83% of the significant strikes from distance. From distance, Tatiana Suarez did. And Weili withstood all that and was able to win that fight, I think, pretty handily, right? Unbelievable. So 299 total strikes in that fight. Zhang Weili loves to throw a ton. And I'm just really excited for this fight because it's the Muay Thai killer, 37 against 36. And both weighed in at 124 and a half. Underweight. How about that, Scott? Co-main event of the evening. Valentina loves those Oakleys, man. She loves those Oakleys. These are two of the best female fighters of all time, but this is not for the GOAT. Everybody loves to say that every fight's going to determine who the GOAT is and all this recency bias. And just like everybody said Cal Raleigh was going to win the MVP over Aaron Judge, and I literally bet 10 people $50 each. So thank you for the 500, fools. Bet against Aaron Judge and bet against me, more like it. I think Weili's going to knock her out, Scott. I think Valentina's eating the canvas tonight, round 3, no later. If she does not make this a grappling match, Scott, she's going to sleep. Mark my words. What's the chat saying? Where's the poll at? Zhang Weili by KO, baby. Let's go. I mean, the styles do cancel each other out. And so I really would love to see. I love Mackenzie Dern. I've known her a long time. But, man, Zhang Weili goes back down there. Mackenzie's in trouble. So Mackenzie Dern's got to be the biggest Zhang Weili fan in the world tonight. I mean, maybe she wants that fight. She's a gamer and a warrior. I shouldn't say that. But, man, I would not if I were her. I definitely would not. I'm just going to say that. She just got the belt. You know what I'm saying? And Tatiana Suarez right there, too. She just beat Jandiroba, so it's either going to be Weili or Suarez, depending upon what happens here. Interesting. And Dana's been like anti two-division champs lately. Look at Madison Square Garden all lit up so pretty. No place in the world like New York City this time of year. Well, I don't want to say no place in the world like New York City anymore. I'm not so sure about that, but this time of year, you know? All right, Jim. Enough of that. The reigning, defending, in the gold befitting of a champion. And me in the camo befitting of 3 KO TKOs, 4 in a row when you count the main event on the prelims. Look at that. Look at the Guido with the hat right there and the shirt off. I should have done the show shirtless because I'm wearing a camo Guido hat. What do you think, Scott? No one wants to see me shirtless. Oh, they're in the center. Zhang looks big, man. Whoa, Zhang Weili looks big. She looks big at this weight. The guns, like, no sun out, but the guns are out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm at the phase of the night after doing shows all day with football where I'm just switching the charger back and forth between the phone. And shout out to my guy, JP, the fight Don himself, helping me out on the stream here. Zhang Weili looking to close distance. She's throwing jabs. She is huge, Scott, at this weight. Good luck taking Zhang down. Wow, Zhang Weili, the extra 10 pounds look good on her, man. She looks big. Is it just me in the chat, or does she look as big as I think she does? A lot of Bullet Valentina fans in the chat. Where are we at on the poll now, Scott? Man, oh man, we had a third round head kick knockout from Bo Nickel. We had a 16-second knockout from Sandini and Dariush. Over Dariush, we had Prates. Leon Edwards gets knocked out early in the second round. And then the TKO, Morales just killed Brady in round 1.
6,200 votes. 53% have Shevchenko.
Tracy Cortez got submitted by Aaron Blanchfield tonight. The women and the welterweights on display at MSG. And, of course, the one lightweight fight, Dariush didn't make weight, and it was a catch. But he got knocked out for his troubles. And usually when you don't make weight, something's not going right. You know, the weight cut's bad. Maybe you had an injury. Maybe you're not a good camp. And you kind of you got to pay attention to those things when you're picking a guy like Dariush to win that fight. You know, you miss weight by a couple of pounds. Usually that's a tell.
Is Shevchenko doing her walk-in?
No, they're in the middle of round 1.
Oh, well, let's hear what's going on.
You got the clock right up there, Scott.
Yeah,
Zhang Weili leads with a right hand and went right into to try to push Valentina into the fence. She ran so fast, she ricocheted off with Valentina, who is now on top of her. And they're about 2 feet off the cage with 3 minutes left in the round. Zhang trying to get over to the fence. But so she ran full speed at Valentina, who was against the fence. And it's like Valentina saw her coming full speed. And it looked like Zhang hit Valentina, and the ricochet off the cage carried them down to the ground. Unless it was Valentina shooting off the cage to get her. No, it wasn't. It was Zhang ricocheting. She ran so fast, and she's so strong at this weight, but Valentina's incredible in top position. I mean, this is the way to victory for Valentina. I'm not so sure she's going to submit Zhang Weili. Oh, Zhang's up. Really nice job getting up. She's so strong at this weight. So with 2:22 left in the round, they're back in the center of the octagon. Man, these girls are in great shape. It's just getting going. 3 minutes in. Oh, Zhang Weili with a big right hand. She hit Valentina hard. Now Valentina's hugging her up against the fence. Wow, what a shot from Zhang Weili, who's now trying to keep that leverage low and dig the shoulders. She's got her left arm underneath Valentina, but Valentina's got her left arm underneath Zhang. Not like an underhook situation. Well, Valentina's got the right arm Underhook, but Zhang Weili throwing knees against the cage, and Valentina just bulls her way forward and ends up on top again, chest to chest with the takedown. Very strong upper body from Valentina Shevchenko. This is one of the most exciting matchups we've had in a long time on the women's side. The size of Valentina Shevchenko, but Zhang Weili looks really, really big at this weight as well. As we hit close to the 1 minute mark, 1:11 to be exact. Angel number, got to point that out. Valentina looking for side control, and she gets that left leg free from Zhang Weili, but she working back forward toward the full mount now. Zhang sitting up, tries to flip Valentina off her. The legs of Zhang Weili so important right now to keep the left leg of Valentina Shevchenko from circling back over to the right side where her right leg is, because then you have full side. But man, the legs are locked around it. Nice defensive posturing from Zhang Weili, not allowing Valentina to get that leg free or work for any kind of choke or posture up and throw punches because she's got the arm around her, holding her down there. Valentina's got to watch an armbar attempt here. But Zhang Weili has her hugged up tight against her in bottom position. Only 10 seconds left in the round. Valentina's got almost like the half headlock on the side, but nothing really working there. She's trying to win the round, hit a couple of shots, but she mainly controlled the round on the ground. And round number 1's in the books. Have to say Valentina had that round, but Zhang Weili did land a pretty good shot in that round. Interesting, she ran full speed at her and ricocheted off the cage and got pushed and taken down. So a couple of takedowns for Valentina in that round. Let me just see with the live updates what they're saying. Yeah, her corner's telling her not to run in and shoot. Like, that was a big mistake by Zhang Weili. She's got a lot of championship experience. Big moment, though. Madison Square Garden, her entire country's watching. She sprinted in to try to get at Valentina, and it did not pay off. Valentina landed a big-time kick under the rib cage. But they're showing a replay now. Zhang ran in so fast, ricocheted off, and gave Valentina the momentum to push her down. Valentina with a nice spinning elbow across the nose of Zhang. I think she outstruck her and outgrappled her in round 1. Oh, they're showing Islam in the back getting his hand wrapped. Della Maddalena, the focus. Islam has him in the crosshairs as Zhang Weili and Valentina Shevchenko start round number 2. Zhang's in the red, of course, from China. Valentina's in the green and the gold. Unbelievable, man. They're saying 10-9 Shevchenko. Man, if Zhang didn't have the butterfly hook, she might have still been down for the rest of that round. But Valentina had side control. Not full side control, but she had side control. Thing was, bouncing off the fence, landing a knee, but using her momentum to push her down. Oh, Zhang's throwing head kicks. All right, I like it. Valentina's so smart, so savvy. The strategy's always there. Lone Warrior Motivation says Shevchenko, fire. Oh, chest to chest, like almost a belly-to-belly suplex on the takedown for Valentina. This is her path to victory, and I have not seen Zhang Weili, I haven't seen her defend these takedowns yet in this fight. And eventually you really start to wear down. You got 4 minutes now to fight off your back. Valentina, the Bullet, the first woman in UFC history to land 60 career takedowns in the octagon. And she's working for side control. Oh, she's got the full side mount. And she's throwing elbows into the side of the temple of Zhang Weili from that side mount. She's posturing. Oh, she's got those knees, and she's posturing up a little bit in that side control just to throw bombs and then go right back down. I don't see Zhang Weili having much of an ability to get up from this position against Valentina, who's so strong. So strong. And, when you're on bottom like this and you're exerting so much effort to get up, Tony Ferguson made a living in this position. Darce chokes. Valentina's like cold. She's got her arm under the head and she's throwing shoulders down. Digging those cornrows into the face of Zhang Weili. and then picking her up and slamming the back of her head off the canvas of the octagon. And I know it's a little bit cushioned, right? But come on, that shit hurts, man. It hurts. Smash that like, hit that subscribe. Zhang Weili's in big trouble. Valentina's got the full side. She's completely in control, and Zhang's going nowhere. And still 2.5 minutes left in the round. They're about, 3 feet away from the cage. I mean, a lot of people don't like this kind of fight. It gets boring. You want the ref to stand him up, but Valentina's working. She's maintaining. She's throwing a lot of shots. Zhang trying to press that shoulder up. If this were a wrestling match, she'd have been pinned about 20 times already, Scott, and everybody else watching. Zhang Weili has to come through, says one of our people in the chat. Weili is the stronger fighter. Not looking like it right now, brother. Not looking like it right now. She's being completely controlled and not going anywhere. I mean, Valentina, and I've grappled a lot in my life just because I cover this sport and I love it. And the fighters told me I never mind what they told me I was until I started showing them that I was training. So grappling, I've done a lot of grappling, and I can tell you how hard it is to hold another human being down who's the same weight as you. It's really, really tough to hold another human being down who's the same weight as you. Let's just say it's one of the toughest things you could ever try to do. And Valentina's making it look easy against Zhang, who's looking really strong coming into this fight at 125. Now Valentina, oh man, she's got the mount. Now if she can posture up, wow, she's in between the legs of Zhang now. She's working back for the side control. But Zhang's got that left leg trapped back in there after Valentina had full side. Wow. Zhang Weili fighting desperately in vain. Under a minute left. She's been dominated in this round. Just dominated. Who's winning in woman? Oh, okay. That's not someone's whose English is their first language. It's like Khabib. It's with Aiden Ross. Who are you? What are you doing here? Who are you? I love Khabib. I think Islam's better than Khabib. I really do. It's like a father-son thing, man. The only person in the world who wants you to do better than him is your father. Well, Khabib's like that with his proteges, man. I think Islam might be better than Khabib. I really do. And we're going to find out more about that tonight. But Khabib, of course, never went up to welterweight, and he caught a lot of breaks in the schedule along the way. Let's not forget. He caught Conor at the perfect time. He never got Kukui in his prime. End of round 2, Valentina just destroyed Zhang Weili in that round. Now, not a ton of damage done, not a lot of big shots, but complete control. Easy 2 rounds to none for Valentina. 2018. I can't give a 10-8 round for just holding her on the ground and not really damaging her. Her face is a little swollen, no cuts, nothing like that, but Zhang is jacked, man. Her arms are jacked. She's ripped. She's got to stop walking into these takedowns, though, man. Like, you got to be smarter. Her coach is telling her that right now. Too much adrenaline, a little too much speed, a little too much eagerness to engage. How about that? Would you agree? Let me know what you're thinking in the chat. Good morning, Wisdom Snowball. That's a great name, Wisdom Snowball. How about that, Scott? A snowball of wisdom in our chat room said good morning. Although it's not morning where I am, it's morning where you are. Let's do another roll call. Where you at around the world watching us on MMA Weekly? We know we're hitting 7 figures tonight. We're going to get there. Oh, Sarukian versus Hooker, man. Hooker will fight anybody anywhere. I love Hooker. Dan Hooker, that is, just for all you degenerates out there. By the way, if you guys love us, smash that like, hit that subscribe. If you want a super chat, hey, we love that as well. As they start round number 3, Zhang aggressively out to the center of the octagon. She's not slowing down. Oh, Valentina says take a head kick. You got to admit, father only taught what the son needs to know, not all the knowledge that father knows. But I don't think that's true of a coach. I think Khabib is in full coach mode, and he doesn't care about his legacy like that. He cares about his family, his father, cares about his people he coaches. I don't think Khabib cares about his record. Islam has a loss. Khabib doesn't. But again, scheduling, breaks, a lot of those things. Watching from the Philippines, Brooklyn. Where Brooklyn at? Massachusetts. Zhang just missed with a big right. South Africa, what's up? Dricus Duplessis land. How about the Netherlands coming through right now on MMA Weekly? Zhang Weili's not coming close to hitting Valentina, the bullet. She's out of there like a speeding bullet. Lynchburg, Virginia, Arizona, my neighbor. What's up? Mikael Cuevas, Israel in the house. Oh, Valentina with a counter left stuns Weili. Got to keep that right hand up. We got Hawaii. We got Canada. Cali in the house. Washington State. Man, oh man, this fight is pretty incredible right now. Valentina putting on a clinic. Zhang Weili's throwing bombs, but she's not coming close to hitting her. Thing is, she's staying in secondary range. She's not wanting to get too close because Valentina with the takedowns has taught her that lesson in this fight. Man, the leg kick from Zhang to start round number 1, and man, it's crazy. Valentina with the takedowns. Now they're chest to chest again. Zhang's able to push Valentina against the cage. And Valentina controlling that left arm of Zhang Weili while throwing knees with the left leg. She better be careful. Zhang's going to catch that leg and dump her down. Round 2. Yeah, 10-9 Shevchenko. She's up 20-18. Shevchenko looks bigger for sure. I mean, she is bigger, obviously. The body lock takedowns for Valentina are next level, though. The body lock takedowns, the chest, the belly suplex, as I love to call them. The WWE in me comes out on those. Rabbit punches from half guard. Sydney, Australia, Pakistan, Lexington, Indiana. Zhang Weili can't get close enough to hit her. And then when she does, she's got to worry about those takedowns. And then the filthy Muay Thai of Valentina with the knees and the bows. You know what I mean? So many things could go wrong for Zhang Weili when she gets into that primary striking distance, right? She's got to get in and get out, but she's throwing so many air punches right now. It's like she's shadow boxing full speed. She can't hit her. Wow, what a performance so far from Valentina Shevchenko. Just under 2 minutes left in round number 3. Nothing really happened so far in this round. Shout out a happy birthday to Nick Gurr G. Oh, never mind. Nick. Happy birthday, Nick. Nice try. You almost got me. Stupid. I'm trying to be nice and give a shout out for her birthday. Go away, Lee. We're getting in the chat, but Valentina takes her down again, and now she's just got her in that same position. Side control, even though Weili's got that left leg locked in there. This is just a clinic. Grappling, it wins fights. It's tried and true. It reminds me of the old era when so many of the champions were wrestlers, but this is more than wrestling. This is a clinic in grappling, and it's not like jiu-jitsu, rolling around, going for submissions. It's literally pinning your opponent to the ground and holding her there while landing punches that aren't really hurting her and elbows that aren't really hurting her, but exhausting her, wearing her down, and just technically destroying her. It's unbelievable. And Valentina just still throwing those little shoulders down while she has that little half. Man, it's unbelievable. She's doing the same exact thing she's done for 2 other rounds. And so am I, because, we're just following that lead. And now Weili, who's up against the fence, trying to put that foot on the fence, and Valentina in side control, just, manhandling her. Less than 10 seconds left in the round. This is going to be a situation where she's up 3 rounds. Zhang Weili is going to go back and fight Mackenzie Dern is what's going to happen. I said that I saw Zhang Weili winning by knockout no later than round number 3, and I was dead wrong on this fight. Dead wrong. The weaker, the strong. You got it going on. You're dead wrong. Who's a Biggie fan in the chat? Come on. Notorious. You guys see Puff Diddy Daddy Dummy? He got another month tacked on his sentence for drinking homemade alcohol in the can, hanging out with Sebastian Telfair. I keep laughing at this dude, falling on the ground crying when he was, oh man, this dude. Zhang Weili landed some really good shots in that round, though. But Valentina crushed her with a knee and took it right into another body lock takedown. That's the thing, is she's so strong, man. The body lock takedowns from Valentina are just huge. And she's over 60 in her career now in the octagon. Let's see how. Oh, man, crowd getting amped for Della Maddalena and Islam. Can't wait to preview that fight and call it live right here on MMA Weekly as they start round 4 in this 125-pound women's championship flyweight fight. Zhang Weili coming forward like always. Oh, eats a right from Valentina for her troubles. And Valentina in the southpaw stance, right? I mean, she's just sitting back there waiting for Zhang Weili. She's not moving forward much. She does move forward, and when she does, she's throwing kicks. Loves throwing kicks. Those body kicks from Valentina are deadly as well. Zhang's got to be careful, though, like popping into that primary striking range, that she doesn't catch one of those knees, elbows, kicks from Valentina, the Muay Thai killer. But I think Zhang Weili, who landed a couple good shots in the last round, I think she's got to be really frustrated right now. She literally has to be completely frustrated. Valentina's up 3 rounds. So Zhang Weili is going to have a 10-8 round and win both rounds or knock her out. I mean, to win, she'd have to get 10-8s in both rounds, right? Obviously. But a 10-8 round and a regular win would, give her a draw, but you gotta hope for a finish here. This is a title fight. She's got to be going for a finish, and she just took one off the right side of the face. A little bit of blood from what I can see, maybe. Man, it's the takedowns for Valentina. It's what everybody said would happen if she won. The takedowns and holding her there. Oh, now she's got her in the Muay Thai clench, just dragging her around the cage, and just missed her with a good night elbow, as I like to call them. This is awesome. The crowd at MSG has been treated to a lot of good fights tonight. And this was the longest fight of the main card. Just Valentina is completely, wow. Just not letting Zhang Weili land anything. She's got nothing. She's scoring nothing. They're just 10-9 rounds for Valentina, but Zhang Weili's not really landing much. She's not doing anything. She's not going for takedowns. She's circling around. She's not wanting to come into primary distance, and if she does, she's popping in and out very carefully so as not to get taken down. And taken down and ridden out is the story of this fight. Give Zhang Weili a lot of credit. She kind of looks a little bit like Dricus du Plessis against Khamzat Chimaev, although Khamzat just took him down right away in every round and wouldn't let him up. In this round, at least for the first half of round number 4, they're both on the feet. And Zhang Weili's gone 5 a bunch of times, including in her last 3 fights. So, it's there for her. Crazy, though, for Valentina. You thought maybe that might be the end of the line for her with Grasso, right? But sometimes you just you meet your match. Amanda got revenge on Pena. Valentina got revenge on Grasso, but Grasso had great game plans against Shevchenko as well. Zhang Weili moving up in weight, looking huge. But Valentina's bigger. And Zhang is not a big girl to begin with. Big time discrepancy in the percentages of punches landed and strikes landed in this fight. Valentina having a good time. Thank you, Chris. MMA Weekly killing it. Central Florida. Like horse country, like Ocala. Oh, Zhang threw a kick. Valentina caught it, and down she goes again. Central Florida, or Orlando, or like Ocala, or Gainesville, or what? Man, Valentina again in the same position, guys. Wow, who do you guys got in the next fight? This one's looking like it's over. What does that say? Old man eyes. Man, 4 out of 5 in her last 5 takedown attempts, I think is what it said. Looks like 100 out of 100 in this fight so far. Where are I don't want to do this on live camera, but in honor of Prates tonight, how about this? These were my dad's readers. My dad, who's no longer with us. So sometimes I put on his readers and I go, man, how was my dad this blind? No, I'm kidding. Shevchenko looking amazing tonight. And this is her MO, right? This is what she does. Now, she loves the Muay Thai. She loves the dirty fighting. And I love Muay Thai too, because you love to get filthy and nasty in there, right? What's the point? End of the round coming up, and Valentina ends in top position like she's been doing all night. Dominating this fight. There we go. I can see better out of these ones. All right. Just in case I need them. I'm not going to wear them the whole night. I don't have any tape around the bridge of the nose either, but the replays, I mean, Valentina has landed some vicious kicks, by the way, to the midsection in this fight, which brings the hands down, and then you hunt for head kicks, and she does that too. And she hit Zhang with a head kick in that round right after she nailed her in the body. And Zhang Weili is a gamer. She's every bit the tactician, and maybe just rushed a little bit early on in this fight. Oh, I can see so much better with these things on. You never know you need readers until you need readers, right? And then you put them on and you go, it's like the light comes on. I can see.
Sometimes you don't want to see.
Well, I mean, sometimes you can't see, as in see what's hitting you. Zhang Weili. I mean, think about this, right? The one girl who gave Weili so much trouble in her career over and over again as they come to the center and Goddard separates them. Who was it? Thug Rose. Throws a lot of kicks, throws a lot of elbows, can wrestle. Everybody thinks Thug Rose is soft. Thug Rose is not soft. You don't get a nickname Thug Rose by being soft. And not everybody thinks she's soft, but she had to deal with that for a while. But Zhang just looks like, oh, wow, Valentina just missed with a head kick. See, that's what happens, right? Your hands come down to defend the body shots, and obviously your posture comes down to defend the takedowns, right? What happens then? You get head kicked into hell. And Zhang was coming forward thinking she's going to land something. Valentina just setting a trap for her. Venus fly, baby. Come on in. Come on in. And then she clenches her up against the fence, spins around. Zhang, to her credit, now has Valentina backed against the cage, and Valentina reverses it again. They come off the cage, right? But Valentina's a master tactician at all this. This is a chess match. Zhang's playing checkers against a chess master in this match, is what I can say. And again, we are, running out of time very quickly. So Valentina's up 4-0 40-36 on like everybody's card. So Zhang Weili has to land the Hail Mary shot, the Yair Rodriguez Korean zombie, the Derek Lewis Alexander Volkov, like one of those in the last 10 or 15 seconds. Yair was literally the last second. And what was the other one last year? I can't remember off the top of my head. The very last second knockout that we saw. Edwards Usman, but that wasn't last second. He got dominated and hit one late in the fight. Oh, the knees to the midsection from Valentina are just brutal, man. My guts hurt just watching this. And the body lock takedown. Wow, she's consistent. So consistent. We saw it with Blanchfield and Cortez can wrestle. But Blanchfield with the submission. Bo Nickel with the head kick knockout, the wrestler. Benoit Saint-Denis, the 16-second knockout of Beneil Dariush. Carlos Prates in the second round, one-shot knockout straight through the pipe and split the guard of Leon Edwards. And then Michael Morales, the whirling dervish Tasmanian devil TKO of Sean Brady. Now Valentina doing Valentina things. Her nickname's the Bullet, but I think we might have to change it to the Chess Master or something. No, I'm not the Chess Master. What could we call her? Can't be the Bullet anymore. She's not ending girls' lives. She's not knocking them out. She's not a speeding bullet. She's more like how do you even describe what she does? It's just such greatness, but she's not the female GOAT. Amanda beat her twice. Amanda Nunes is the female GOAT. I hope to God she knocks Kayla Harrison's head off, by the way. I really, really hope so. And by all accounts, Kayla's a great girl, and she's just running her mouth to sell the fight, but I just love Amanda. Amanda's my girl. What can I say? I've always loved her.
I didn't understand the GOAT conversation being talked about from the winner of this fight. That just made no sense to me.
No sense. No sense. MMA media will fall for anything. I hate to say it. I don't consider you to be one, Scott, or me. But you know who I'm talking about. And look, I mean, they look in their defense. People want clicks. People need clicks. People need to make money. I get it. I understand how the world works. We benefit from those same clicks on shows we do. It is what it is. But every fight is the greatest fight of all time. All of a sudden in the UFC, that's what happens when the podcasters come in. All these little nerdy dudes that never really were fans of fighting. This is the greatest fight of all time. Oh, Dana, can I please lick your boots more? Sorry, I just had a Tourette's outburst there.
What
The
would
number of
Dana's
views
boot
doesn't
taste
matter.
like?
I would love to interview every one of those viewers and just see if they remember one word of the shows that got credit for those views. That would be interesting. But Valentina's in the same spot she's been all night. Side control, rabbit punches, not really hurting her per se. She's landed a lot of knees and kicks throughout the fight that have hurt her. Don't get me wrong. But just continuously holding her down. There's 30 seconds left in the fight, and Zhang Weili's not getting up. She is not getting up. She's going to finish this fight where she has spent most of it right on her back. And I have not seen a human being dominated like this since Dricus du Plessis against Hamzat. And they're both great. Oh, wow. Zhang Weili landed two big elbows from the bottom, now throwing up kicks. And Valentina did not like it. She got up right away. And now she's just standing over her. This fight's going to end. But Zhang Weili came close there with a couple of big bows at the end. Valentina Shevchenko dominates Zhang Weili. She's got to go back to straw now. She's got to go back to straw. She has to. She's got to go down and fight Mackenzie Dern for the title if she gets the title shot after this. Dana White's going to be a busy guy, man. He's going to be busier than he was with Gary Brecka on his gravitational magnetic mats and cold plunges and everything. But imagine like the matchmaking after this card at welterweight. What do you do with Morales? Where does Brady fall to? What happens with Saint-Denis after that big win? Prates keeps on moving up. I mean, just at welterweight, you got Prates moving up. You got Morales, Prates was what, 13th? And he's going to move way up. Morales is number 8. He just crushed number 2 in Brady. Oh, and Zhang finally landed a kick, and Valentina made her eat a punch for her troubles. But the body lock takedowns, just man, oh man, oh man. Valentina just in another league strength-wise, skill-wise, strategy-wise. Zhang Weili played right into her hands early in the fight, came right at her. Very aggressive, very quick, overeager, anxious, probably knew what she had to do. Valentina walking over across the octagon all the way over to hug her again. I love the bullet. Class act all the way. 37 years old, fighting like nobody's business, man. Good Lord. I'm just so amazed at the skill level of Valentina Shevchenko, man. This was not an exciting fight. It's 50-45. Yeah, all three 50-45. Easy money. Easy decision. Shevchenko.
So does this make Shevchenko the GOAT now over Amanda Nunes?
No, she lost to her twice. You know this, but I know this. You're just trying to. I know you're just trying to get me, man. Scott loves to do this to me, and he gets it every time. He gets me every time.
What about Ronda Rousey?
Ronda
What
Rousey.
do you think of
Why do you
Rousey?
have to diss Joe Rogan like that, man?
Yeah,
Like,
shitting on Rogan. What? Talk about punching
why?
down.
Why would she do that? Like, that's suicide.
You're not going to
Everybody,
win the PR
love Joe.
war. Yeah,
Did you
everybody
see how
likes
many
Joe.
fighters came out and defended Joe?
I didn't, but I can just imagine. Oh, you
So
might need to turn your audio down a little bit.
my audio.
Yeah, from the pay-per-view.
Oh, I thought you meant my
It's
mic.
yeah, it's bleeding through.
It's bleeding through. don't know if I can turn it down anymore.
Can
I'll
you
just move
turn
it
it
away
off?
from the mic.
Just turn it off. Yeah. Yeah, that was a rather curious move by Ronda. I don't know what she was thinking to gain from making a comment like that.
Right, and who was she on with? Bert Kreischer or whatever? Two Bears, One Cave, which is a brilliant name of a podcast because if you know what that play on words means, Two Bears, One Cave. If you don't, never mind. But if
I
you
still
do,
haven't watched that video.
what? Two Bears, One Cave, or the other one?
The other one,
The
but
that
I heard it was chocolate pudding, but I don't know.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about then. Brilliant name for a podcast, by the way. Man, I'm wearing the camo cap, but Valentina went to war. She's a general. How about we call her the General? Valentina the General. No? We got to change her nickname.
I like Crusher.
Crusher, I must break you.
I like the
So
bullet. The bullet's cool.
I mean, she lost a unanimous decision and a split decision to Amanda, right? She lost to Liz Carmouche, but that was not in the UFC, and it was an injury stoppage TKO, like an accidental cut or something like that. The doctor just said, like Diaz against Masvidal, and everybody's pissed. That wasn't a real loss. Amanda got her twice, but I mean, she beat Holly Holm. She beat Juliana Pena. She beat them in a weight class that wasn't even her own, right? Goes back to flyweight, beats Joanna Champion, who's one of the GOATs. Jessica I got the head kick from hell. Liz Carmouche, Chukagian, Jennifer Maia, Jessica Andrade got TKO'd a champion. Lauren Murphy got TKO'd. I love Lauren Murphy. Shout out to Lauren Murphy. Her story is amazing. Tyler Santos, split decision. Grasso, the face crank beater. She lost by a face crank submission, which is crazy.
I would love to see Amanda Nunes come out of retirement and fight Shevchenko again. That's what I want to see. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Harrison.
I'd like to see her fight Shevchenko.
Amanda at 145 was not the same as Amanda at 135, though. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Zhang Weili, Joe's doing an interview with her now.
Well, the poll had almost 20,000 votes. The people had it right this time. 60% had it for Shevchenko.
Yeah, just not me. Not this person.
You didn't have it? I had Shevchenko on this.
I picked Weili to win by knockout within 3 rounds, remember?
Oh, man, that was...
I mean, sometimes you got to go with the dog, right? Meaning the underdog.
He got caught up. He got caught up in the fervor.
I like Zhang Weili, and I thought she really had a shot. And I think Valentina, she's a little long in the tooth, and every I don't want to say every dog has her day when I'm talking about a female, but you know what I'm saying. Like sometimes your time's over, and you don't like Eminem said, when your run's over, just admit that it's it. But it's
I didn't
clearly
feel
not
that way about her.
Valentina.
I felt like Leon Edwards was on a downward slope, but I didn't have the same feeling about Shevchenko.
Well, you were absolutely right. One of the slowest female fights, said someone in the chat, and absolutely. Oh, someone's putting 1,000 on Islam. I mean, I think Islam's going to kill Della Maddalena. I just think he's unbelievable, and he's just in that zone. But Jack Della Maddalena's 18-2. You know what I mean? He's 6-0 in his last 6 fights, 18 fights overall. His last 6 UFC fights, 18 overall. I mean, he got the decision over Bilal Muhammad. I think Islam's a better version, much better and well-rounded of Bilal Muhammad. Is my connection all right on your end, Scott?
Yeah, you sound good.
I look a little fuzzy wuzzy was a bear on my side. My dad used to say it.
You look clear.
Fuzzy wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? See, I have no hair. But I got the Fight Don hat on, so I'm good. But 18 wins in a row, man. And everybody knocks out Gilbert Burns these days. You notice how like every single one of these fighters, he just knocked out Gilbert Burns. But it really is interesting. Islam Makhachev is 27-1. I don't know how he ever lost. Back-to-back submission wins. Moicano got it. Poirier got it. And he had nothing but respect for Poirier, by the way. The lightweight king moving up to welterweight. And you got it like that with the odds makers, right? When the odds makers make you minus 285 favorite and the champion is plus 230, when you're going up to his division, not only that, the under 3.5 rounds is plus 105 on this fight, and the over 3.5 is minus 130. So the odds makers are thinking Islam's going to drag him into deep waters and beat the tar out of him. So we'll see. But, I mean, Della Maddalena's got 12 KO, TKO wins, 2 subs. I mean, his boxing is so good, man. Della Maddalena can really box. He loves the body work. I mean, you're not going to get a wrestler like Makhachev and a Sambo dude. You're just not going to wear him out. His tank, his cardio for days, Oh, Lung Liquor 7-6, JDM, second round TKO. Islam going to get sparked. What say you in the chat? By the way, please smash the like, hit the subscribe. If you want to super chat and tip us, that's great too. We appreciate you. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, at Jim Grease _. We got MMA Weekly in the house. We got Scott with the beard. He's got like the GQ Vogue beard, male Vogue.
I wouldn't go that far. I would think Unabomber.
Show him the beard, Scott.
I don't think they want to see that.
No, they don't want.
If I could transmit smell over the airwaves, I would do that.
It'd be better to smell it than to see
it. Kind of between oatmeal and cod liver oil.
The thing about Della Maddalena, well, you got your omega-3s in the flavor saver. That's a good thing. So, so here we go, right? Before we degenerate too far. But the body work and the boxing of Della Maddalena, the rhythm, it makes it so tough for guys who are ordinary and even extraordinary grapplers and guys looking for takedowns, looking to get the fight to the ground, even to get in close and throw hands with him. Islam's not going to be able to do that in this fight. But remember when he was the first guy to go down to the ground with Charles Oliveira and say, I don't care, man. F you. I'm not afraid to go down with you. Gaethje knocked him down. Chandler knocked him down. Who else? Poirier knocked him down. They all knocked Oliveira down, and they wouldn't go down to the ground with him. Gaethje, a wrestler. Chandler, a wrestler. Poirier, an elite jiu-jitsu artist. None of them would follow him down because they were so scared of Dubronx. Islam knocked him down and went right down and killed him and finished him. That's the type of dude you're dealing with here. He's not afraid of the boxing of Della Maddalena one bit. He's just not. But Della Maddalena, he fights behind a tight guard. He slips punches and the counters that punish the takedown attempts. Joe was classy with his response to Ronda Rousey, by the way. But, I mean, Ronda's a good girl. I've known Ronda a long time. Interviewed her a ton of times. Always cool. She likes to say things every once in a while for attention. And by the way, I do hold Travis Brown against her because I can't stand that dude. I loved it when Derek Lewis pounded him out and called him a woman beater. And then Ronda marries the guy. And I hope they're happy for her sake, but I just never liked that dude. I used to love it when he got his ass beat. Maybe TMI there. I don't know. But, I mean, slipping punches, fighting behind a tight guard for Della Maddalena. And then Ronda does say some stupid things. Although she's great. Remember how great she was in Entourage? And she's like, hey, Turtle's like, if I can last 30 seconds, can you go out on a date? She goes, you last 60 seconds, I'll let you me.
remember that bullshit of that she could beat up Floyd Mayweather and beat up men is just like, oh gosh.
Holly Holm put an end to that. I won so much money on that fight. So much money on Holly Holm. I was working in a promotion, an amateur promotion back then, calling fights, a national one. And a bunch of the up-and-comers were Jackson Wink guys, and Team New Mexico was killing it with Keenan, the Lion Jackson, and some of these young guys, right? And I remember talking to the coaches at Jackson Wink, and they were like, Holly Holm's going to beat her ass. And I threw like $300 on Holly Holm at like plus 4,000. That it wasn't plus 4,000, but I won a bunch of money. I
That's
won into the
nice.
thousands that night. Yeah. That's the most I've ever won on a fight was Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey.
You were the guy.
No, there were a lot of people. I mean, nowadays, I don't know if they'd investigated or not. I doubt it. But anyone who saw that come and knew that Ronda liked to rush in, Holly's a great boxer and a kickboxer. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it just the style. Rogan says it all the time. We started the Ronda conversation talking about Rogan, right? Styles make fights, and sometimes, just like Thug Rose beat Weili twice and Valentina beat her, almost the same style. It's like and Valentina was hunting for the head kick the way Rose did in the second fight. It's just very similar. And Valentina's better than Thug Rose and bigger and stronger. So I don't know why my dumbass picked Weili.
Well,
But live and learn.
somebody
I
has
mean,
to lose.
Maddalena has got great takedown defense, and the UFC is literally running every piece of video they've ever made right now, trying to like extend the length of this card because at least Valentina's went the distance, but it's still what is it? It's only 12:15 Eastern, 10:15 Pacific here in the States. So we're still like, they're still 10 minutes away from wanting to start this fight. And remember, the fighters are all on clocks. And they're expecting their fight to start at a certain time, and they have to be, what I mean, somewhere in there.
Remember when they ended early and they would show one or two prelim fights back in the
Yeah,
days
I used to love that.
before prelims were never broadcast?
Show Bo Nichols' head kick again, man. I want to see it.
Yeah, that would. Oh, you got some love here, buddy. Rocky Balboa. Whoa, that's a lot.
Oh, $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Baki. Baki Ralboa. That's awesome. He switched the R and the B and the R. JDM will lose via sub on his get up in round 3 or 4. He's going to be exhausted like he always is in his fights. Love JDM, but it's the truth. Baki Ralboa, you are the truth, my man. Appreciate you. Love the super chatters. Della Maddalena and Makhachev. Look at Madison Square Garden in there. Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. $22 from Feiner 10. Islam, yeah. It hasn't started yet, bro. Got me. It hasn't started. I got the camo hat for the camo fight, the Guido camo. Look at this. Fight Don. I love the name Fight Don. It's a great name. My brother's friend started a brand, and I told him I'd support him because I love the kid. He's not a kid. He's 40-something now. But, to me, he'll always be the kid who ran out of the baseline and beat us by 1 run in a Little League championship game. And I got thrown out of the game, and I almost wanted to fight his dad, who I loved, and he was wearing a wife beater. And his dad was built like a WWE superstar, and he would have kicked my ass all over the field. And I didn't care because the ump was so stupid, and he missed this dude running out of the baseline.
And this was before phone cameras, huh? So you would have got no social juice out of that.
Nothing. I would have gotten my ass beat, though. I know that. Like, beat. Bad.
By the Bad News Bears coach.
Yeah, no, they were the best team in the league, and we had them, and they rallied and beat us. But the winning run scored with this dude, the Fight Don, running out of the baseline. And I know he hears me right now. He knows he ran out of the baseline like 32 years later.
Boy,
and I was just coaching. It was my brother who was playing. I was coaching. This dude's my brother's friend growing up.
You're like a woman. You never forget.
Well, I mean, how can you forget someone cheats and beats you? How can you forget like someone who did steroids and won a fight against you? Or how could you ever forget the Houston Astros when they beat the Yankees? How could you ever forget that level of cheating? They still never apologized. They beat the Dodgers when they were cheating too.
Well, they got away with it, right? At least for a while.
It's only cheating if you get caught. Just ask any husband. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm playing. Or ask any wife. They know they do it better than we do. I'm just getting myself in all kinds of trouble here.
Wow.
But Maddalena's strong takedown defense and he does. He's got great takedown D. He trains with elite grapplers. Like if he can survive early against Islam, I'm trying to talk myself into any kind of way as Islam hits octagon side. And Islam, it's weird seeing Islam in the blue Haven't seen him in the blue corner in a while, man. It's been a minute. When did he beat Oliveira? 2022, right? In October, I want to say.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since I said I'm sorry. All right, here we go. I can't sing either. But yeah, I mean Moicano, Poirier, Volkanovski twice, and I thought Volk had him the first time. Oliveira was October 22nd, 2022. There you go, right when I said it was in Abu Dhabi. And it was the second round at 316. He followed Dubronx to the ground, but he takes your strengths and beats you with them. Like, who does this? Like, most people try to exert their will and win their way, and he does that with the best of them. But I think it was Bum Phillips who said it about Don Shula when Shula was the coach in the Dolphins, and he's the greatest NFL coach of all time. He said he could take his'n and beat your's'n, and he could take your's'n and beat his'em. So what he meant was he could take your team and beat you. He could take his team and beat you, meaning Islam can beat you his way or your way, and he does it almost every fight. It's unbelievable, man. The guy's that good. He's that good. And I love Della Maddalena. I mean, his name's Giacomo. You know what I'm saying? He's from Australia. He fought at middleweight, so he's big. Like, Islam's coming up to fight a guy who used to fight at middleweight, man. He's strong. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Like, this is not going to – he's a rugby player. This is like Volk with, like 40 more pounds on him, although Volk was a 220-pound rugby player himself. But Della Maddalena is a much better striker than Volkanovski. It's not even close. A much better boxer. Like, not even close. When I tell you not even close, not even in the same world, I mean, Volk just better stick to doing cooking videos and going on stage with Jelly Roll at this point. He sounded like the guy from Grown Ups. His foot was on the line. Great stuff, guys. His foot was on the line. Remember Grown Ups? Oh, my God. See, the audience loves these old stories. I just put my hand down my pants like Al Bundy. I could have been a champion Little League coach at 22 with my younger brother's team, if not for this kid who ran out of the line. He went on to pitch like Division I at UConn, too, so he was a good player. But let's see. Yeah, Kevin Holland got scorched. Gilbert Burns got scorched. Della Maddalena, man, 12 knockouts and 18 wins, but he's strong. And you look at his last couple of fights, Gilbert Burns, knees and elbows. It's like a kindergarten song. Knees, elbows, knees and toes, knees and elbows and toes. Like, it's just boo, 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 boo. And then Bilal Muhammad got decisioned. Oh, we got another super chat. Scott's going to have to give me a raise tonight. The word of God is the anvil upon which the opinions of men are smashed, says Spurgeon and Sean K. That's a great quote. I love it. Della Maddalena looks big. He looks ready. I mean, everybody always looks ready, right? But there's no fear in his eyes. There's no nothing. Most people are saying Islam by sub. But if Della Maddalena can survive the early onslaught and force of Islam's wrestling, he can fight through adversity. He can rally late. He does get tired. He wants to stay standing, though, Della Maddalena. Again, he was a middleweight. I don't think the takedowns are going to be as easy as people think they will be for Islam. But, I mean, what he did against Moicano, who's a savage, and I know that was like a late thing, but, I mean, his fight IQ is so great. He's got Khabib in his corner. I mean, his transitions, right? If you're a purist and you're a real fan of the arts, mixed martial arts, but the individual arts mixed into MMA, which is what this shit is, right? Mixed martial arts. There's nobody better than Islam, man. The transitions from striking to takedown to strike, they're just so seamless. The wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, he does it all, man. He makes you uncomfortable. He just, oh my God, positional dominance, the takedowns, the submissions. And, I mean, he has just crushed and stifled world-class grapplers. He beats you at your own game. I mean, he could completely neutralize Della Maddalena's boxing. Della Maddalena's got a 2.5-inch reach advantage. The height, really nothing there, an inch. It's hard to believe Islam's 34. Makhachev. Cardio, consistency, the blending of the arts, just beating you your way, beating you his way, his patience, his strategy. He wears you down. Like, what does Islam Makhachev not do?
Do you think he's going to have a hard time going up in weight?
He might, and here's why, all right? Because when did he struggle? The last time we saw him struggle, remember? Remember when Volk was in top position to end that fight? Volk was a 220-pound rugby player from Australia. Della Maddalena was a middleweight who was a bigger dude with good takedown defense like Volk. So, but Della Maddalena tends to wear down and Volk does. I don't know, man. I think the strength of Della Maddalena is going to be more than what people are thinking it's going to be for Islam. I think Islam's going to have to mix in some strikes. A lot of people think he's just going to push Della Maddalena around, and I don't think that's the case, Scott. Then again, I picked Weili.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
But, I mean, the rhythm just doesn't exist against Makhachev. He breaks your rhythm. He takes your soul. He takes your gas tank. But he makes it so hard to get in any kind of rhythm. His adjustments are so quick. He's got Khabib in his corner. Like, he can't go back and lose. He can't tap. Like what do you do if you lose and you got to go back to Khabib? Remember when Umar lost? Like, what? You even come back to this corner when you lose? Brother. Father would not like this. I love Khabib. I mean, I just think Islam, he never gets overconfident. He's always ready for everything. But Della Maddalena is so slick with the boxing and so explosive and so powerful with it. One shot KO. At this weight, more power for Islam. He's got great defense and durability. He's got 14 finishes and 18 career wins. So I think Islam's going to come out and try to set the tone. And Islam has the exact same physique at 170 that he did at 155, just bigger. The exact same skeletal structure. You know, some guys, they put on the weight, they look different, they feel different, they're not as fast, they're not as fluid. Islam's not that guy. He did it right, obviously.
Do you want to know the poll results thus far?
Yes, I'm good. Thank you for reminding me of the poll.
15,000 votes. What would you guess our beloved crowd has them at?
65-35 for Islam.
81% for Islam. 19%.
81. Wow. And I don't think Della Maddalena's takedown defense is elite, but he can make the wrestlers pay from distance. I mean, look, Gilbert Burns is not a wrestler. He's world-class jiu-jitsu. Bilal Muhammad found out how hard it is to take him down, and he ate some big shots. And Bilal's good Lord, Bilal's a G. And that was the title fight, right? You beat the champ by decision. You actually really beat him. Islam looks pretty big at this weight, though. Kevin Holland was, a good matchup for Della Maddalena, but the Bilal Muhammad fight is the one that everybody's looking at and that I'm looking at. And the Volk fight against Islam, where Volk ended up on top. Those are the two things that I would say give Della Maddalena a chance. That and the early knockout. They're ready to go, Scott. The main event at 322, New York City. Islam Makhachev, 27-1, coming up from... Man, he's coming up from lightweight to face the champion, Jack Della Maddalena. Your first title defense is against this guy. Man, oh man, they are underway. Islam with a leg kick to start. Della Maddalena comes out throwing heat right at him right away. Wants to test that chin of Islam Makhachev as soon as he can. Della Maddalena loves to switch up the stances. Loves to go back and forth between orthodox and southpaw. He came out lightning quick with the strikes, and now he's kind of settled in behind that guard, but he took the center of the octagon. Islam in the southpaw stance coming forward. And this is high level. High level as high level gets, man. Gotta love it. And we've already had a night with knockout after knockout after knockout, and then a dominating performance from Valentina Shevchenko to retain her title against Zhang Weili, who came up in weight. Della Maddalena came in. Islam made him eat a left. It wasn't a big hook, but it was a left hook. Islam shooting right in. Already has that left leg pulled up on a single and throws him on the ground. He made that look easy. Ankle picked him, lifted up the leg, dumped him on his keister. Keister's ass. If those of you who don't know, I don't know why I said that word. Islam, absolute GOAT, they're saying in the chat. I mean, he literally ankle picked him. He ankle picked him. You know wrestling, you know what an ankle pick is, right? He shot in, ankle picked him, lifted up the leg, and dumped him down like it was nothing. Like it was a returning national champion taking on a first-day wrestler at like Iowa State. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This dude is just so good. He and Shemaev, to me, are the two best in the world right now. And that makes me wonder. And after that Cyril Gahn cheat fest against Tom Aspinall, I can't believe they're even going to do the rematch after Cyril Gahn cheated the way he did with that eye poke. Just buried his fingers in there like a bowling ball. You watch that a million times. Every single time you realize more and more how much he was cheating. And Cyril Gahn had already been warned about an eye poke. So I'm glad they're not. But Toporia's pound for pound number one, kind of crazy to me.
I've heard when you see a hole, you poke something in it, don't you?
Well, it depends. I'm choosy about which
You're
holes
discretionary. Oh, okay.
If it's a title fight, I mean, and I know I'm going to get caught. Oh my God, look
A
at this.
hole's a hole.
But Cyril Gahn has problems with that. But Islam is, as Della Maddalena is trying to get up, Islam's riding him on the back, and they go over against the cage. And Della Maddalena I'm surprised at how strong Islam looks against him early in this fight. But remember, he was the same way against Volk. He's already got the body triangle. Oh, no, Islam had the body triangle, and he was working for a rear naked. But now, yeah, he's got side control. Wow, man. 145 left in round number one. Islam ankle picked him about a minute and a half in, I want to say. And he's been holding the position ever since. Thank you, by the way, for all the super chats. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe right here on MMA Weekly's live coverage, UFC 322. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, at Jim Grease _ at MMA Weekly. Give us a follow. Hit that like, subscribe. Islam's winning. He's got control over Della Maddalena on the mat, on the cage floor, on the canvas, whatever you want to call it, on the ground. As we approach the 1 minute mark, he ankle picked him about a minute and a half in, and he's pretty much been holding him down ever since. And they're working. Islam's throwing a lot of punches at him, has been hitting him. Della Maddalena's got to be careful not to exude too much energy here, fighting him off, but also not to get caught in a position where he could get subbed, because Islam's constantly working for that. He does have the right leg trapped in there, much like Zhang Weili was doing to Valentina throughout that fight, but side control for Islam. Really bad position for Della Maddalena right now. I lost my feed for a second there. Round number one coming to an end. Man, wow. Round number one is in the books. I lost my feed for a second there toward the end of the round. See if we can get that back.
$5 super chat from Ice Road Trucker in Alaska watching. He says JDM wins dominantly. Thank you.
Dominantly right now.
And
I can't see my feed. I lost my feed for a second, so I'm trying to get that back. There we go. We're getting it back.
$2 super chat from Matt Scott. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So he ankle picked him and then just rode up the leg like an anaconda does, but quicker, much quicker. And wow, and then he kicked the leg out and tripped him. It's just such high level from Islam Makhachev. You ankle pick him, you work your arms up the leg, you're up at the knee, and then you take your right leg and from behind on his left leg, you kick him in the back of the Achilles and just dump him down and then hold him there for the rest of the round. So Islam's clearly up 1-0 as they start round two of the welterweight title fight. Easy round one for Makhachev. A flurry from Della Maddalena at the beginning of the round. Nothing landed. And now they're continuing in round number 2. Look at this, man. Islam coming in with the combo. Nothing landed, kind of grazed him a little bit. But Della Maddalena not so quick to be throwing those punches in combos right now. When you get taken down like that and you get controlled like that, it can take your heart a little bit. Hamzat Chimaev kept doing it to Duplessis, Valentina against Zhang Weili, and it just kept repeating itself over and over again. But it's got to be, it had to be just a 10-9 for Makhachev in round number 1. He lands a nice uppercut there. And now he pushes Della Maddalena into the fence, and he's going to work the Muay Thai for a second here. But he does have the right leg of Della Maddalena up off the ground again. Wow. I mean, just high level from Islam Makhachev all the way across the board. I just saw that Della Maddalena got warned for an illegal upkick at the end of round 1. But 10-9 Islam clearly in round number 1. But now Della Maddalena is on his shoulders, upside down. His legs, his knees are bent behind his ears, and Islam just working that position. Now he dumps him back down, has the side control up against the fence, moving in. Remember where Khabib had Conor? Very similar positioning, and Khabib Poirier for that matter. Remember when Khabib almost got choked out and he didn't tap? I knew tap, tapper, tap. So that's where Islam's got him now. He's looking to work the arms behind the head. He's going to be working for a submission here is what he's doing. And he's got Della Maddalena in big trouble. Just under 3 minutes left in the round. He's almost got a full mount, not quite, but it doesn't even matter. He's just working him, and he's been doing it for 2 rounds now. Unbelievable performance so far from Islam Makhachev between he and Valentina. Performance of the night. You know what I mean? It's going to be tough between these two. But, man, knockout of the night. Bo Nichols' head kick. Saint Denis, the one-shot KO of Dariush, who came in overweight. Prates finishing Leon Edwards with one shot, splitting the guard with a left with no jab in front of it from the southpaw stance. And then, of course, Morales destroying Brady. The whirling dervish of punches hit him like a foot and not a foot and a half, like a foot outside the pocket after he slipped and rolled. A foot outside of the pocket. And we got under 2 minutes left in the round. Islam, to me, you could stand him up here. I don't know. It's just he's been on top of him. He's working. But some refs, I believe, would have stood him up by now. But I don't know if you want to face Team Khabib in that whole camp. If you stand him up, I'm like, brother, what are you doing? I mean, you don't want to face that. Although the Diaz brothers wanted that smoke. They're about the only ones who did. And Conor, remember, I shit on Bliss, but then he almost ripped Conor's face off. That was unbelievable. One of the best fights in UFC history, performance-wise, from Khabib against Conor. And Conor had a couple good rounds in there, too. Oh, Dagestanis are tough to beat. People are saying, one dude just said, ban Dagestanis. It's unbearable. It's not unbearable. They're really great. And Islam doing exactly what Valentina was doing. The side control, the little shoulder strikes, punches, elbows. 45 seconds left in round 2. But this is where the difference is. I don't believe Valentina would ever hunt for a submission in that position unless it presented itself to her. Islam's actively looking to do it here, and he's actively looking for a finish. I'm not saying Valentina wasn't looking for a finish in any way, but she knew what she was doing, holding her down, outpointing her. Islam's throwing bows down with violent intentions right now. This is it's very similar yet very different at the same time. Yeah, someone said train like they do then. Yeah, there you go. Does Islam clear 31 and a half significant strikes? I mean, look, Islam can, he can knock you out too. I said he can beat you your way or beat you his way. There's the end of round number 2. And Della Maddalena, The long walk across the octagon back to his corner. Looking tired, sitting on the stool, breathing heavy. He's been controlled for 2 rounds. Controlled for 2 rounds. The chat's flying right now, by the way. Smash the like, hit the subscribe. My thanks to the Fight Don for helping me out with the stream tonight. I don't know what I would have done without him. Super Chat 199 from Mowerman's Outdoor Adventures, Alaska, in the house. Thank you, Mowerman. Super Chats. You guys are going to double my pay. I love you. Thank you so much. Scott loves you too. We all love you. Scott's been doing this from day one with MMA Weekly, the OG. And James Durden, Islam by decision. Let's go. Oh, I swear, Dvalishvili and Piotr Jan. Oh, my Lord. Vegas, 3 weeks, Scott. 3 weeks in your city. Round 3 underway. The title fight, the headliner, UFC 322. Makhachev clearly up 2018 after 2 rounds. Islam's boxing looks pretty crisp too, though. I'm telling you, he could win by KO TKO in this fight. The numbers are there. That's how you have to bet guys like him sometimes, because the odds get pretty long, you know? You have to kind of, you know, someone's saying Della Maddalena by surprise KO. So far, no signs. He came out and threw some haymakers early, didn't connect on anything, got dumped on his rear end, and then again taken down on his rear end in round 2. A lot longer control time in round 2 for Islam. So far, 81% of you looking pretty smart, because 81% of you picked Islam Makhachev. Makhachev versus Topuria for 170-pound belt. I'm going to reserve my thoughts on that one because I don't want to take my eyes off of this fight. But Islam just delivered a crushing leg kick to Della Maddalena, got him right in the back of the calf. He was hobbled for a second. Those hurt, man. They hurt both guys. Like, that's one thing I don't understand about kicks. Like, when you throw leg kicks and you're like, I mean, you're hurting yourself almost as much, unless you just get the meat in the back of the hamstring. But those leg kicks to the lower legs, they hurt you both. In tight in the clinch, Islam throwing knees. Della Maddalena try to box him off. Gets the separation. Now lands a left from distance. Not much, though, on it. And trying to come in and work the body. Della Maddalena doesn't look too worn down as of right now. He looks a little bigger than Islam. Islam, shoots the double leg and takes him right down. So fast with the double leg. Just ducked under a punch and shot right in. Right in. And again, with 3 minutes just under left in the round number 3, where are you going to go, bro? You know, it's a Snickers commercial for Islam at this point. Not going anywhere for a while. Man, it is incredible. How long do I think it'll take before all the fighters from Georgia and Chechnya and Dagestan take all the belts in the UFC? I don't know about all of them, but I mean, they're pretty tough to beat. You grow up wrestling bears. Chimaev, Islam, in my opinion, are the 2 best fighters in the world right now. And I don't think it's close. I think Chimaev would kill Alex Pereira. I love Poatan. Everybody loves Poatan. But dude, come on, that wrestling, that grappling, man, that is just like, he just imposes his will on everyone so easily. And Islam does too. Makhachev. Just about the 2.5 minute mark, and it's the same thing. Same thing. Controlling from top, working nonstop, never going to get stood back up, throwing elbows, throwing punches, wearing you down, wearing you down, wearing you down. And it's like, you know, a steady push on the gas pedal. It just eventually, that tank just goes right down. Right down. You know what I'm saying? By the way, smash that like, hit the subscribe. We're loving it live here on MMA Weekly, UFC 322. Really enjoying my time with you guys, as always. Can't wait for Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua in December. And by the way, how about Piotr Jan and Merab Dvalishvili, whose social media is about as entertaining as you can get, where he puts all the people he's beaten in all these social settings with him. Like, he's like, brother, have dinner at my table. And he puts all the people at the table that he's beaten. Then he's like in the jacuzzi with all of them, and they're all hanging out together. It's like all the people that he's beaten. This is my crew. And it's like all the people that he's beaten. I love Merab. I've always loved Merab. I mean, he's hitting him he's just throwing little rabbit punches into the side of the temple of Della Maddalena, controlling him from top, dominating this fight. And of course, at any time, Islam can get a finish, submission, or KO TKO. He can. And he's always working for it, but he's working for it in a way where he just continues to not take risk, to maintain dominating position, and just make Della Maddalena look like he's nothing. And the dude's won 18 fights in a row, 6 in a row in the UFC, beat Bilal Muhammad by decision in a war. And he's done nothing against Makhachev. Like du Plessis, the best performance of Dricus du Plessis' career was to survive against Hamza Chimaev for as long as he did, right? And Della Maddalena's given that same vibe right now against Islam with 30 seconds left in round 3. He's doing the best he can just to survive. That's all he can do. It just is amazing what Islam Makhachev is doing at a bigger weight class. Like, it's nothing. You know, it just is. It's not even fair, it seems. It's not exciting, but it's dominant. Absolutely dominant. 3 seconds left in the round 2. Della Maddalena stood up briefly for a second. They roll back down to the ground. Something has to change. UFC is not fun to watch with this bullshit cuddling. Well, I remember a lot of people saying that when, like, all the champions were wrestlers, and, you know, I mean, yeah, you want to see the knockouts. Yeah, you want to see the punches. You want to see the kickboxing and the Muay Thai, but you have to remember, this is MMA. Wrestling, jiu-jitsu, grappling. It's a big part of this sport, and these guys are so great and so elite at it. Della Maddalena has been just dominated, man. Pinned down, not moving. Like Matt Serra against the guy in the restaurant. Remember that video when the guy was trying to be a douche? And Matt Serra's like, bro, I could let you up, man, but you got to be nice. You know, just controlling the guy, like playfully slapping him in the face. Like, bro, come on. You know, like that's the vibe you're getting from Islam in this fight. And the thing about Islam, he's been working nonstop on the ground with takedowns. Some of the most exhausting stuff you can do in a fight. And he's barely sitting on the stool. He's getting up quick. He's rushing back out to fight more. He's not even close to tired. Della Maddalena's like slowly trying to get his breath back. And you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not counting Della Maddalena out by any measure. He's down 30-27 though. And, you know, it's definitely 10-8 time for him, or finish time, more like it. He's got to land the kill shot somehow. And the thing about Islam is he's so smart, he's not going to give you that chance. His strategy is so on point. He's throwing kicks at him to keep him off him. It's just such high level. 4.5 minutes left in round 4. Man, what a clinic between Valentina and Islam. Just brilliance. And I just, you know what? I don't understand how you could not appreciate this. I know, but haven't you guys seen enough knockouts tonight? TKOs? We've got them all night. Bo Nickel won by a head kick. He's a wrestler. Saint-Denis, Prates, Morales. I mean, KO, TKO, right? Come on. We've seen a lot of them. We've seen a clinic from Valentina and a clinic from Islam Makhachev. And I'm just so, like, overwhelmed by this greatness that we've seen. I mean, you're taking the best fighters in the world and making them look like they can't do a thing against you. Nothing. Like the fat kid who sat on you at recess in elementary school and you just couldn't get up, but they're not fat. It's just unbelievable.
What's going on in the fight?
Another double leg. And he dumped him again. There was nothing going on. They were just like at distance, like Della Maddalena didn't want to let him get close. So Islam just said, enough of this. And he shot again from 8 feet away, like lightning. You know, you never see lightning coming when it strikes you, and you never see him coming on a double leg, man. Just unbelievable how fast he is. And he's got control again. He's got the left arm pinned down. Della Maddalena futilely trying to wrap the right arm around his head. And they were just kind of at a distance, like measuring each other out, Scott. But another takedown from Islam, and he's just holding him down. Crazy. The little rabbit punches. I mean, again, there's no cuts. There's no heavy damage. But now he just gave up his back. And he's turtled up with Islam on his back. And now now he rolled back over. He's on it. Now he's on his back again. Della Maddalena's on his back. It's better to be on your back than to give up your back, obviously. Much easier to be finished when you give up your back than it is when you're on your back. But a dude like him, he's happy just to choke you out until you stop breathing. You know what I mean? Like the pythons in the Everglades when they get a wild boar or something. Like, it's not as easy as a rabbit, but you just hold it and choke it until it stops breathing, and then you eat it. And that's what Islam's doing. He's eating. Make no mistake, he's eating tonight. No, Charlie Chasm, it is one-sided. As one-sided as I'm making it sound, it's actually even worse. Della Maddalena has done nothing. In fact, the question of the night is, who did less in their fight? Who was allowed to do less? Zhang Weili or Jack Della Maddalena? Because neither one of them did a damn thing in their fight. And you know, Jack's fight's not over yet. And the chat's flying right now. Look at it. We're having fun tonight. I took JDM at huge plus odds after the third. You just like to throw your money away in real time. Who's winning? Are you serious? Who can beat Islam? Nobody. I think he does the same thing to Ilya. I really do. People loving JDM in there. Islam definitely winning by a wide margin. 30-27, and this is going to be another 50-45 if it continues this way. Wow. 4 rounds in the books. 4 rounds of total domination from Islam. I don't think he's missed a takedown yet. And not only that, he's not one of those guys who's going to go 15 for 15 on takedowns because he doesn't let you up to take you down again. This shit's unreal, man. Like, he ankle picked him, worked his way up the leg, and then kicked his leg out in the first round. Every round, the second round was another, like, lift your leg up, single leg, dump him down. These last 2 rounds have been like lightning fast double legs. What are you going to do against this guy? What, like Hulk Hogan? What you going to do, brother, when the largest arms in the world wrap themselves around you? Although Islam doesn't need the largest arms in the world. Della Maddalena sensing that title slipping away. Getting ready for the final round here. Herb Dean brings him to the middle, and let's fight. Not yet. Go. All right. Round number 5. I mean, to Della Maddalena's credit, it's to his credit, he's survived. But Islam has been conservative once he takes him down. And Jack just came in and threw a heavy combo trying to make something happen. Guess what happened? Thank you, James Durden, again. Guess what happened? He came in and threw a combo. Islam ducked under, grabbed him around the waist, and double-legged him. And now Islam, boom, holding him down again. Just a dominating performance. And hasn't had to do anything more than this. Take him down, hold him there, stay busy, keep throwing, keep landing. He's definitely landing. 4:10 left. I'd love to see the control time. I haven't seen the control time for Islam. The control time, it's got to be like approaching a record for a title fight. It's got to be. I don't know what the record for control time is in a title fight, but man. Francis Ngannou can finish Islam. I don't know about all that. Francis, talk about a one-way trip to nowhere. I love that dude, but whoever was advising him pushed him off a cliff, and he doesn't have a parachute. Although he did make a lot of money, and that was the goal. So good for him. But career-wise, 22 minutes control time. That's impossible because there's only 3 minutes left in the final round. And he would have had to control him for the whole fight to this point. It's close. People bitching about hugging, go watch boxing. Oh, yeah. Sometimes it's a little tough. Islam just maintaining control, but Jack's going to give up his back. I made a rhyme. Islam's landing a lot of punches. Nothing really heavy, though. Oh, he's going to... I thought Jack was going to get submitted there. Islam's got to watch... Oh, no. Oh, he's right back in a position. I mean, he could potentially darce him here, but I doubt it. Just control. Like Janet Jackson said, I'm in control. And that's been, the last two fights have been exactly the same fight for the most part. More kicks and knees from Valentina and Muay Thai, but Islam is on top of him, controlling him as he has been the whole fight. It's the same thing every round. Just imagine one man on top of another man, left arm buried over the throat, right arm underneath him, holding him down, the other man squirming like a dying animal and going nowhere. And now trying to get up and giving up his neck, potentially, maybe his back. Nope, they roll back down. Jack's trying everything he can, man. 140 left in the fight. He's trying everything he can to get up. This is everything that people who love striking hate about the UFC. These last two fights. And after so many knockouts and TKOs tonight, who's going to get the KOs of the night? Bo Nickel, Benoit Saint-Denis, Carlos Prates, Morales. But these last two fights have been clinics by two of the greatest to ever do it, Valentina Shevchenko and Islam Makhachev, in grappling and control. I have to see if this is a record for control time in a title fight. I mean, Islam's got to, you want to see a backdoor submission here, right? If you bet Islam by submission, you really want to see a backdoor submission. But Islam could fight 10 rounds, man. He could fight 10 rounds. Khabib said the other day, he said, I don't know why we have rounds. Like, just start the 25 minutes and let's go. That's their mindset, man. They could do it.
That would have killed the UFC. Would have gone nowhere if they did that.
It would have gone nowhere if they did that. You're right, Scott. You're right. And Della Maddalena is going nowhere, so that's a perfect segue. And right back down on his back he goes. Islam just throwing the little rabbit punches, throwing little elbows. No blood, not really hurting him, just controlling him. 15 seconds. Same-ish, different round. And there it is. Inside of 10 seconds, Della Maddalena is going to try to get up now. Islam has his back, not even going for a submission. He just put on one of the most dominating performances in title fight history. It's all over. Islam Makhachev will clear the field. And the thing is, these guys get finishes, but man, it just... Valentina and Islam back to back, just the same fight pretty much. And the only thing left now is it's just 50-45 Islam and new. Valentina was and still, Islam's and new. I want to say thanks to my buddy, The Fight Don, for helping me with my stream because mine was sticking. But man, I just, Jack Della Maddalena, the slick, he never got a chance to box. He came out very early in the fight and was throwing some heavy stuff, stopped almost immediately, and then got taken down right after. And in every round subsequently, taken down very early and controlled. What is the UFC record for control time in a title fight? I have to know. Somebody tell me. Let's see, UFC record. This has to be a record. It has to be. Control time. Title fight. Ground control to Major Tom. Except it's Major Islam. It just is like control time in a single round. Sean Brady, 457. Championship fight, Valentina Shevchenko. Total 1 hour, 27 minutes, 25 seconds before tonight. Career for Valentina. For a single fight record, Jelton Almeida, 21 minutes and 10 seconds against Derek Lewis, but that's not a title fight. And Islam's right there. Okay, Chimaev, 21 minutes, 40 seconds against Duplessis. So 21:40 is the benchmark here. And that was Chimaev against Dricus. Wait. Yeah, they just picked him up. And is that Khabib who picked? Yeah, Khabib picked him up and he's carrying him around to piggyback. Can you imagine that chicken fight? Khabib and Islam? No. No, 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 no. No, thank you. Imagine that, Scott. You chicken fight Khabib and Islam.
Oh, man, that'd be great.
2 belts, one on each shoulder for the champ, Makhachev. I have to see the control time in this fight. The UFC's production staff is usually pretty quick on this stuff. Is he the 10th or the 11th fighter?
Filet Hunter says it was 18 minutes of wrestling. I'm not sure if he's spot on or not, but does that sound about right?
I think in round 2 and round 3, it was yeah, he's got a tie for the longest win streak in UFC history, 11th double champion. Yeah, I don't think he beat the record because there was a little bit of a time there. It was round 2 or round 3 where it went a while. But 21:40, that means you're about 3 minutes and 20 seconds of non-ground control time. I don't know. I think it's very close. I think it's very close. Let me see. Islam versus JDM control time. I want to see if they have it in real time here.
Back of the Shed says he's saying 23 minutes.
I'm seeing over 18 minutes. So whoever said that first, Sean Shirk controlled Hermes. Oh, that's a real fan right there. Give him a horn. So I think Islam's over 18 minutes, but I thought it was more than that. I don't know. 18 plus minutes of control time. Unbelievable.
Is that what
Thanks
they
again
said?
to my guy, the Fight Don, for the hat and for the help. Oh, man, that's crazy. 18 plus minutes of control time, and Hamzat had 21 plus on Dricus. Wow. I mean, it really is. It's so. I know you don't like it, fans. I know you don't like it. I mean, and I understand why you don't like it. I really do. I understand why you don't like the ground fights, and you don't like just guys just controlling guys on the ground, and there's no blood spewing out, and nobody's getting lumped up really bad. I understand why you don't like that because you get spoiled by the knockouts. But remember, it's mixed martial arts, man. It's not a striking match. Thank you, Blue Eyed Torment. Appreciate you, and I hope that means us because we love you guys. We really appreciate you being here, by the way, for us every single time. And all the super chats tonight. I mean, all these super chats. We should have a super chat policy, Scott. Like all super chats have to be bet on the next fight card or something like that. Literally just laid on him for 25 minutes. Like, I'm gonna tip you, but you have to bet it. Like when I was a blackjack dealer, people used to tip me all the time, right? And they'd be like, they'd rather play for you. You know, when they put the chips up in top of the circle and they play for the dealer rather than just tip you. They play for you. Like, no. Like, I'm gambling, you're gambling. You know what I mean? I kind of like that. Except the super chat, they're not gambling. Yeah, I mean, no, he didn't lose forever. He didn't lose in 18 fights, 6 in a row in the UFC, and he just got dominated like he had no chance, man. It was like the 6th grader against the 3rd grader. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's that much of a difference. A senior against a freshman in high school, you know, and maybe worse. Maybe worse. And it's exactly what Chimaev did to Duplessis. And JDM and Duplessis are unbelievable. They're not good. They're not great. They're like transcendent talents, and they're getting smoked. It's just crazy when you think about it. It's absolutely crazy. What can you do against these guys? How do you beat them? 50-45 for the new 2-weight champion, welterweight champ Islam Makhachev. Yeah, I mean, dominating performance, just like Valentina. I mean, it really is. It's disheartening. You just go home and you're like, man, I just couldn't do anything against this guy. Humbling for a guy that great to get manhandled like that. And same for Zhang Weili, same for Chimaev. You can call him the king of cuddle all you want, but I mean, cuddles win fights. Cuddles win belts. Need more strength training to make techniques work, but it's not necessarily strength. I mean, you grow up wrestling bears. Thank you, Ms. Bonzo. We got a lady watching us. Look, my LED light is making my neck red. You see that? That's pretty funny. It's not a sunburn. It's the LED light. It's a special effect. I'm glowing. See that? I'm glowing. I'm chosen. I don't know for what. For super chats tonight. Thank all of you so much for that. He's like a viper with how quick he goes for the takedown. So fast. That's the thing. Okay, so here's what it is. Chimaev's the same. They drill the speed on the takedowns. They're so freaking fast coming in, right? That's obviously a big part of it. But the way that they master leverage, to me, is probably the most impressive thing. How in the hell do you hold another human being down who's that strong for that long? And guys like Duplessis and Della Maddalena, they get up quickly from takedowns historically against everyone. Ask Bilal Muhammad how quickly JDM was getting up from the takedowns. And Bilal's definitely really great in that regard, in that area. But Chimaev and Islam in particular, Khabib wasn't as great as these two guys in that regard. It's just the way that they drill it, the way they utilize your leverage against you. That's how he's able to come up and beat a bigger guy, because the leverage. UFC is getting boring. It's like watching wrestling and grabbing. UFC should change to Ultimate Wrestling Championship. Yeah, the new Hogan thing before he died, they're still doing it. Bischoff and what's the wrestling coach from Jackson Wink? Oh my God, Izzy Style. I mean, what are you gonna do? How do you do it? How do you beat him? How do you beat Islam Makhachev? Who could do it? No one's beaten him. No one. I mean, Poirier gave him his best shot. Volk at the end, which actually made me think that, I mean, Volk and Poirier are the only guys. And Islam lost a fight before he was Islam. Let's be real. It was before he was Islam. This Islam. Not even close. Don't feel too bad for JDM. He gets to call himself a UFC champion for the rest of his life, regardless of what happens from here. Right? What is it? Would you rather not be a champ, or would you rather lose at your first fight? I mean, it'd have been nice for him to have another defense against a guy besides this, against another striker or something like that, because he never got a chance to really do that. But he's not done yet. I mean, I don't know. People are asking about Topuria. I don't know that Topuria has a chance in hell against Islam, Scott. I don't think he does. I don't think Ilya would survive a round or two against Islam. Do you? I don't
No,
think so.
no.
No way. No way. I would not pay to watch that. Will you come right back here, Rudy? Right back here. We always have a spot for you. Always. Yes, Islam won. Who do you guys want to see fight next? Did they make any other announcements that I missed, by the way, for future fights this week? I don't think so, right?
I didn't notice.
Sometimes they'll do that. You know how they have an extra press conference during the week and they're like, hey, coming up.
Yeah, they
But
didn't do that. They had a Q&A with Poirier and Usman.
yeah,
That's what we should do is we should show that and commentate on that.
I'm I'm looking forward to Vegas in 3 weeks. Merab and Jan, Pantoja and Vaughn, Jan Blachowicz on the main card, Brandon Moreno coming back into the octagon, Henry Cejudo, maybe his last fight against Peyton Talbot, Marvin Vittori's on the card, Edson Barbosa and Jalen Turner on that card, Grant Dawson all the way down in the prelims, man. This is Macy Barber and Karine Silva. That's a great card, man.
You gotta you gotta love this guy's thumbnail there. You know who that is?
Yeah, that's Kurt Russell from Pirate Jack. No, not Jack. Oh, what's the name of the movie with Kurt Russell when he's the pirate? I
You're
can't remember.
almost there. He's not. Well, he wasn't a pirate.
Not a
He was
real pirate.
ex-military.
What's the movie?
Escape from New York.
Escape from New York.
Snake Plissken.
Snake Plissken. There we go.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable, man. The level of dominance that we saw. Like, I know when you watch a baseball game, you want to see home runs all night. But what about a pitcher who strikes out 20? What about a Tarek Skubal? What about a Yamamoto? What about, you know what I mean? Like, you got to respect that, right? Or how about when you watch a football game? Did you not like the 2000 Ravens or the 85 Bears unless they were playing Dan Marino? I mean, great defense can be exciting. I don't know, man. Like, that wasn't defense. It was offense all night long from Makhachev and from Valentina. But I'm just drawing comparisons here. Did you not like the 90s NBA games where it was like 88, 84, and Jordan still had 56, which LeBron's never done, by the way? So stop saying LeBron's the GOAT. He's not even close. But it's interesting to me how in this sport in particular, no one likes anything that's not like fireworks of strikes all night long. Like, unless it's two dudes just throwing down, trying to take each other's heads off, people don't like it. And I don't know what I can do, what we can do as people who love the sport to educate people enough and teach people enough. I don't know if it's a matter of education, because I think our fans are really smart and I think they know all about the grappling. They just still don't like it, Scott. I don't even think I'm going to be arrogant enough to sit here and say we need to teach them to appreciate it. They know it. They just don't like it. They hate it.
Remember when Dana White hated putting Matt Lindland on the cards because he was a grinder? And I love Matt Lindland from Randy Couture's gym. But
Yeah, no,
yeah, I remember when Dana disliked it.
Dana's never liked that style of fighting. Never. He's probably going to say something about it tonight. Although I don't know that you want to shoot down your cash cows. Look, I mean, the biggest fights coming up are going to be these guys. The biggest fights coming up are going to be Islam and Hamzat. You know, I wouldn't pay to watch someone hug someone all night. What would you pay for, Rudy? Would you not pay for what we saw from Saint Denis, what we saw from Prates, what we saw from Bo Nickel, who's a wrestler, what we saw, and you didn't have to pay for Bo Nickel. It was free on the prelims. And then Morales, you pay to see that. You had 3 electric finishes on this card to start it. We were done with 3 fights by the time you got in your seat. By the time only half our audience is normally built, we were on the co-main. Do you want every fight to be like that? I mean, I know it's a rhetorical question. Of course you do. Of course you do. And I don't blame you. I'm not blaming you. I'm not hating. How many sufficient hits? You mean significant strikes? I don't have the numbers in front of me. Let me see. Islam versus JDM stats. Let me see. I love the world we live in, especially AI, man. I just did an AI seminar for 3 days with Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, who used to be like the late night real estate guy when we were in our 20s. Scott, remember that guy, the little guy with the dark hair? He'd be like, I bought 1,000 condos. But AI, man, right away. Let's see. Like 18 plus minutes of control time. No, I don't see any of the official stats yet. ESPN usually has them, but I don't see them. Who would have ever thought that the UFC would come this far? No compare to a highlight striker like Anderson Silva. Oh, Anderson Silva, my heart. I love that dude. He's one of my favorite people I've ever interviewed and talked to. The Spider. I like Weidman a lot too. Weidman caught him with that left, man. Weidman caught him with that left. I was 10 feet away from back when the UFC used to let the regular people sit near the cage. For the Nelk boys and Theo Von came in. A win is a win. Can't knock Islam for doing what he does. Every fighter knows what he does. You can't stop him from winning. He's a GOAT. There you go, Matt. I mean, look, the best performances I've ever seen were like Cain Velasquez in the third Junior Dos Santos fight. It was a war, mixing takedowns and strikes. And you love the strikes with the takedowns, the heavy strikes with. I personally love a fight. Whereas if Islam had battered and bloodied him with the takedowns and the strikes, Islam versus Mayweather. Mayweather would die within like 2 minutes. Like, be dead. Literally dead. Like, can you imagine like Conor and Khabib, right? If they were on the battlefield in the 15th century, Conor's head got ripped off and Khabib's holding it up for the crowd. That's what I like. If you want to know what I like, that's what I like. And I think all of you would love that too. Like Islam versus Mayweather. Floyd would never, ever, ever. I'm waiting for Jake Paul to call him out for a boxing match. He's fighting Anthony Joshua, though. Give Jake some credit, man. Gervonta Tank Davis would rather fight dancers in parking lots than make millions to fight Jake Paul. How sad is that? JDM really forgot how to boxing because of Islam. He didn't forget. He did not forget how to box. He was not allowed to. There's a big difference, right? When you just decide that you're going to take away someone's biggest strength right then and there, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, he didn't forget how to box. He came out throwing heat, guns blazing, like Zhang Weili did. Valentina took it away. Islam Makhachev took it away. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you to Scott. Scott's the one making this happen for all of us, including me. And we started it during the pandemic.
Jim.
Thank you, Scott. We started this during the pandemic, and I took a break for about a year, but I love coming back. This is home for me, and I'm so happy to be back here. We'll have Paul and Joshua. We'll have UFC 323 Vegas next month, and thank you for all the super chats. You guys are awesome. I don't know why I'm looking at my phone instead of the camera. Thank you for all the super chats. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the likes, the subscribes, the views, all the things that keep us going, doing this for you. This is my favorite thing I do in my career, and I do a ton of cool shit. This is number one for me because of you guys, because of how much you're into it, how much you love it. Get to mix the two things I love most, commentating and talking about things in real time, talk shows as they happen. So my two favorite things in one. I love working with Scott, love working for you guys. We both work for all you guys because without you, we wouldn't be doing this. You know, we'd probably be just wasting time on a Saturday night like the degenerate bums we would be without you. So appreciate you. And thanks to the Fight Don. He helped me with my stream tonight and he gave me the cool hat with the camo. And I appreciate that. But most of all, again, we appreciate you for all the views, the likes, the subscribes, the super chats, and most of all for helping keep MMA Weekly where it's been in the game for over 20 years. Think about that. How many things in life last 20 years? I mean, that's better than 90-something% of marriages. Only 17% of pro athletes even make it 10 years in their career. MMA Weekly, 20 plus years going strong. So we appreciate you. That music means my time is up. Scott's playing me off the stage, and it's like the Academy Awards. Get off the stage, man. You're done. But thank you so much for being here. We'll see you for 323. Thank you for watching MMA Weekly's live coverage of UFC 322. Thank you for sticking with me through the choppiness of that stream early on. We figured all that out as well. And what a great night of knockouts. Bo Nickel, Benoit Saint-Denis, Carlos Prates, Mike Morales, and then, of course, the dominant master classes put on by the legends, Valentina Shevchenko, and the newest two-division champ in UFC history, Islam Makhachev. For Scott Peterson and everybody else at MMA Weekly, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. We'll catch you next time. Keep your game tight and your mind right. Thank you for watching UFC 322 right here on the largest independently owned MMA media company in the world, MMA Weekly.
I'm just calling to say I